low again. This is Legend of Stars Qualifier number 3. And it's the first round game. RoboGear, who ditched ladder to play settings. We lost him to settings, guys. And here's Morax with the nice name. Ooh. Somebody says chat is disabled on my stream. Is that true? Is that true? Alright, just gonna do a couple things, then we'll start casting the game. Teething problems in the first stream, of course. Right. Let me try and make the game run a bit better. Ooh, chat's disabled. And I don't know how to... I don't know why it isn't disabled. Enable live chat. Oh. Should be enabled. Says it's enabled. Oh. RoboGear going second air. 3 P-gens with the Hydro. Got a Mantis. Both assisting their engineers with their tanks, which is kind of lazy. Yeah, Morax is going to move on. Testing. Hello, Desert Warrior 112. Chat is enabled. Clearly, or you're some hacker. I think probably the latter, the former, not the latter. Oh, Morax gone second Navy. The bomber's gonna get to Morax faster than the frigate's gonna get to Robo. Alright, let's see. A few people came back to watch. So, Morax is already leaving with his commander. He only has 1 engineer in the base to build. 2 engineers. His air factory is only starting now. How many kills is this bomber gonna get? I'm gonna guess a lot. Scout's already flown overhead long ago. Should have some targets then. I think the scout shouldn't really have gone so far away from the bomber. That's kind of a mistake there, I think. But this bomber's still gonna do some nice work. Oh, he's even gonna hit the Mantis. He killed the Mantis and 2 engineers, the only 2 in the base. Air factory is denied. There's only 3 T1 P-gens here. Bit of a dodge there. I think this bomber is just gonna win the game. I mean, look at this base. Look at all this power. Another dead engineer. He can just bomb. He should just bomb the power right now, I think. But honestly, it doesn't really matter what he bombs. He can just make... Yep, another bomber on the way. There goes another expanding engineer. I think it's just GG on this build order, honestly. Morax now reacting, gonna build stuff. He needs to build power with his ACU now. Anti-air coming out. He only has two 2 factories on the land. An air factory is finally done. 1 land factory, 1 naval factory. Robo gear. 1, 2, 3, 4 land factories. He's stalling quite heavily. It's actually bad to be still building lots of stuff now, but don't think it matters. Where's the bomber gone? Here he is, 5 kills. Should be another bomber coming out now. Taking a few shots from the frigate. And this frigate is here, and he's gonna get the Hydro, that's for sure. He needs some maybe Medusa to try and force this frigate to move around and dodge the shots of the Medusa. Inti has locked onto the bomber with 7 kills, but he hovers the bomber. Inti flies past, and the Inti is going to go down. He saves the bomber. Very nice, but he's now going to fly directly into a Sky Slammer. Oh, no vision. Oh, there's the vision finally, but will he get it? Nope. Denied. And this Inti will finish it off. There's another bomber, has 1 kill. This frigate has done well, and there is a Medusa. Lands a shot. We now have 2 naval factories. 2 marks is 1, and he has an idle frigate here. His name is so long it goes over the veterancy numbers. That's not very good. This bomber, is he bombing? I thought he was bombing the AC there. Reclaim and an engineer go down. Oh, another engineer instantly dies. You can see the score difference is quite large now, but the mass difference is pretty small. So did this stream send out some notification or anything? I wonder. We got 6 people. So this is the first round game, by the way. And a bit of a mismatch. I think it's not as big a mismatch as the global rating would tell you, I think. Mark's probably around 1700 or something, 1v1. And Robo lost a lot of points, but he's definitely 1900 ladder player, I'd say. Maybe more. Always depends on the map. He's just raiding, raiding basically Cormexes here. So, looking bad. Total air dominance, 7 kills on this bomber. Just killed a land scout. Zero drop frames, that's nice. 8 kills. This bomber is just invincible. Another Inti goes down as it tries to kill the bomber. Some frigates doing a bit of damage. Oops. Yeah, I think we'll speed this one up. 2 versus 1 frigates. This one's still alive. Taken down, and now 2 more come in from Robo. Again, he has double the naval production, assuming neither stalls. Have a lot more land. Look at this base, in comparison to what Robo has. Can Robo spend all that mass? He can, look at that. Pretty nice economy there. Pretty nice. And getting a really good raid. 4 mechs is going to go down. Nothing to defend that. Needs to be careful with his ACU is all. Hello, Lucid Ambrosia. Welcome. So, Robo can maybe make an AC upgrade. Navy rush does not work here. Well, second Navy versus second air. The second air is gonna do some nasty damage to you. As it did. Engineers dying. And so on. I mean, did some damage, definitely. Killed the Hydro, some Mexes. A couple of P-Gens. But that damage comes later than the bomber from Robo, so I agree. Second Navy is just a cheese thing on this map, I think. And most people go second air in this map, so it's not worth the risk. Now, if it was that a lot of people went second land and had a later air on this build a lot of the time, then second Navy might be good in that scenario. But at the minute, second air is favored, and here comes the end for what the fuck, OMG hentai BBQs, better known as Morax. GG. Let's try watch this Mountain and Patrick game. Don't get to see Patrick play too often. Let's go back to the game. There we go. On Hollow. Here's Montana. UEF versus Cybran. Gonna be a tough game for Mountain. He's gone second land. You can see only 3 P-Gens queued up here. No Mexes queued up though. That's strange. I mean, on this map actually, see there's quite a lot of reclaim on this map that is you can't see, unfortunately. Unless you zoom in a bit. So this, you can see, disappears. The trees are very difficult to spot. They're like the Badlands trees. So they disappear quite quickly when you zoom out, but they are actually, oh, here's some more rocks. But they are actually tree groups. And you have a lot of them in the base, so you actually have to really use these in the opening build order. That's why he only has a few P-Gens, so, well, I hope that's why. Oh, he's not using attack move. Let's go to Petrick, and maybe he will make use of this. Oh, he's breaking some trees. Is live streaming going to be regular? I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. So, still not taking any energy reclaims. So this map doesn't get played that much, I think. Oh yeah, I can't use my can't use the minimap when you're watching a replay. Or maybe, oh yeah, when you're observer you can't use the minimap. That's a bit unfortunate. So now we see 3 groups disappearing. And Mountain has 1000 power reclaim. Trees here, and then a few rocks. Now Petrick taking his trees as well. And he's got second land. He's gonna have plenty of power. Second land from both of them. I think second air is good too here. This is kind of map where you can do either. Probably don't want to go later than third air though. Mechs are very spread out, and there's not really that many of them. So killing those expanding engineers is going to be really important. And doing a bit of raiding with bombers. So how's the sound, guys? Let me know. Oh, we're up to 19 watching. Nice one. Alright, get that air factory built. You got the power. Bit of assistance on the commander maybe. And we have a lab from Patrick and a lab from Mountain. All don't get reclaimed. He's watching though. And he's gonna get both kills, isn't he? Oh. Oh, he isn't. Blocked by the factory, and then the Mantis got here, so a bit more micro needed. Sound is fine. Cool. Welcome everyone. Alright. Patrick, no air so far. Is he not planning to make air? We also don't have any... Well, you have a few planned in there and a very, very long build queues. Maybe that might be a build queue template. I can only imagine it is. And Mountain looks like he has the better build. We have 3 land factories and an air factory. Needs to throw down another factory pretty quick. And get the hydro. Gonna lose this engineer for sure. Reclaims a bit of health, quite a bit of health off the Mantis. So the Mantis can be cleaned up a lot easier. Patrick, yeah, definitely doesn't have as good a BO. He maybe a bit rusty. And probably hasn't played this map that much. I'm sure he has played it, but it's a bit more of a recent map. Alright, another factory. Still hasn't moved out of the base, Mountain. So here's a patch of reclaim that's kind of important. This position up here is quite important. See, there's 4 mexes. Hydrocarbon doesn't get built that often, but a lot of the time you'll have fights over this because this is basically the only place on the map where there's 2 mexes next to each other, so you can actually defend them with the same set of units. And it's basically equidistant from both players. Quite far away. Half finished factory is quite wasteful, so he's gonna come over and finish it. He lets the Mantis get away though. Attacking on the top side, Patrick marshalling the troops, but he has less. Now the scout may go down, and then that's gonna make it trickier for Mountain to actually do good maneuvers. And now Patrick has air. I think Mountain just sort of wasted his time with the air factory. Maybe he was idle, maybe he just... Well, he definitely just made inties. Here's the scout, so he may have missed a chance to use this bomber, really, because there's inties out, so the bomber's likely to get killed. And he's at the hydro with his ACU. Gonna build it pretty quick. ACUs usually go to middle. There's some reclaim there. As you can see, that is the one thing that's annoying about this map. You have to zoom in to see reclaim, or just know it's there, like this. Most of this stuff you just will never see, and also it doesn't show up with the command. You can see only this patch here and this patch here show up. Patrick about to get 2 kills with this inti. The bomber is dead, and now he loses air, but he is assisting, I think, or at least he was. And now he has superior mass. Look at that. This is how you balance an economy. Now let's look at Mountain. Pretty nice. Pretty nice, to be honest. Now Patrick ahead on reclaim. He's taking all of this patch. This has engineers queued to take all this stuff, the dead T1 Rex. And he's moving out. Can go for a transport on this map to get these further expansions, fill in the blanks in your expansion. And Mountain starts T2 land. I think this is not a good time to start T2 land. is he hasn't really established himself in different parts of the map. He's lost ground here and he's falling back. Sending some tanks to mid and his ACU, but he has threats to deal with, and now that economy balance went to shit because he built this factory. Let's see how many tanks we have. 40 tanks and a few miscellaneous. 35 tanks and no miscellaneous units. Just tanks and scouts. Another air fight, and Montana has air. He needs to stop building out this factory. It's quite a nasty stall to have going. It's wasting his mass, damaging his production. It's a nice BD from Petrick, and nice raiding here. This mech's, it's going to take a long time to get this mech's back, and he has to send units after it. And if Petrick hides, and I think he can. Oh wow, there's a whole forest in this corner. See, this is the kind of shit that because of this reclaim you'll never know until you zoom in on a place right in the corner of the map where nothing is ever going to happen. So that's interesting. I'll have to abuse that next time. This is a terrible fight for Montana. Real bad waste of units. It's a waste of units. I'm going to give the ACU vet, and on top of all that, ACU gets to take the reclaim. So triple bad. Bad in 3 ways. Super bad even. More forest over here. God damn. The more you look, the more trees you find, and now there's just units pouring across. I don't think Montana can stop this at all. He's down to 28 tanks. Again, he's still stalling power, still hasn't paused there, and that's damaging your production over such a long period of time is going to lead to this. And now we have, I mean, it's well over double, nearly triple the tanks now. And that's from good fights and good economy management. How much, interested to see if Petrick wasted any power in this game. At the top level you have to aim just to not waste power for like a long time before your T2P gen, pretty much. That's what you need. That's the goal. On top of course, using all your units correctly and such. Building the right units and stuff like that. He's even in the base with the units now. There's, oh, this is really bad. Look at all this power outside the base that he can kill. Should finish that. Oh. Oh, the one last shot. Yeah, he should finish off these P-gens. I think he will. And he can probably just move command every tank nearly into the base at this point. So I'm gonna start looking at what the next game we watch might be. Suggestions welcome. And now we have T2 land. So you can see in the, I said it was probably a bad time to go T2 land. And I may have been right. Pillar's only coming out now and he's already lost his all map control. And it's GG at this point. Now, did he make a mechs or anything as well? No, he didn't. But he did stall power a lot as he was upgrading that. And it will be... well, it'll be over when Montana finally decides to give in. Petrick, of course, leaving his ACU far back. No need to put him in harm's way. So let's see. Oh, Petrick going T2 air, nice. Montana has a decent amount of air though. But I think T2 air, and once he takes air control, which he will, then he can pretty much kill anything with T2 air. Oh, Montana goes for the air fight now, and it's not very good micro from him. I think they had quite even numbers. Patrick won handily. So now let's see, what's the next game? Well, we have Robo Gear and Turin played. Turin and Paralon, Thomas and Esperanto. Let's see. Oh yeah, and thanks to DF Viper for telling me about the chat being disabled. And there goes Montana. He is doomed. Right, let's see. Oh, the replay vault is so slow. Hopefully it doesn't take 10 minutes, but it might to give me a replay. Is there any games hosted? Well, I might actually just join this. Oh no, they just started. Damn. Alright. That's unfortunate. Turin and Petrick, I think, just started on Coldfire Crossing. That's the map. That's just Crossfire Canal without any water. Alright, replay vault, come on, you can do it. God, it takes so long. Is there any game going on right now? Ajax is playing and Kizer is playing. Who's Ajax playing? Oh, they're playing against each other, of course. Okay, we'll just watch their live replay. Because there is no guarantee that the replay vault will even give me what I want. On COD exception. Great. Ooh, this one's been going for a while. Alright, let me not mess up and leave you on the the art. Keys are in the pink, as always. Because he doesn't play ladder anymore. Since he got such an absurd rating. Can't afford to drop any points. So he plays custom and he plays in pink. And he plays Cybran every time. Ajax also Cybran. Thomas Hyatt said that UEF is better at everything. And yet Kizer, Ajax and Petrick have chosen Cybran on this map. Can't explain that. What is the build queue? Got an NG, 2 more NGs, and then a Mantis and a Scout. So quite early on the tank. A couple more NGs. Now, will we see the power reclaim? That's what we need. Ajax is already on it. Look at that. Immediately. Only casting LotS. Yes, because it's live right now. That is what this stream is all about. Oh, sorry for moving the camera. It is ongoing. This game is live, and I won't tell you how long into the game they are, because spoilers. So second land, only 3 power generators, because we got 1400 mass or power income there, or power reclaim. So he has 600 in the bank. Kizer actually has more power in the bank than he has reclaimed, so maybe he could have done something else. But he's also getting mass reclaim from these trees, so that's helping. Second air, and he's going second air, and there's only inties queued up. I dislike that. Where are all the bombers? A lot of people streaming today. I think Zlo streaming, Brink maybe. Some of the players. Who is Geeb, Swackle, Kizer, Patrick, Brink. Maybe I shouldn't advertise other people's streams, but it's quite cool to have all these streams up. Alright, 5 tanks out. Ajax and he's gone third air, and Kizer is gonna miss his window, I think, for doing anything with air. And his air units are idle in the base. So we got 2.5 land factories. Ajax has 2 and no halves. Oh, there's the half actually. Oh, well, it'd be a bit redundant to mention my own stream, I think. Blood here. Oh, look at that. He knows about the trees, man. He knows about the trees in the corner. Ajax is too good. Now, where's the blood airstream? Well, I guess you're qualified already. Brink is 25 minutes ahead of me in this game. Yes. He's probably actually in the game. Casting live. I'm casting from the live replay. Trees OP indeed. Brink can stay ahead. That's fine by me. Sneaky tanks everywhere. From Ajax, he gets caught there though. But does Kizer know about this one? Nope. And he's gonna lose his engineer for that. ACU moving towards mid. He has the hydrocarbon, has a nice radar there. His radar is actually not that good, I guess, because, I mean, most of what it covers is this mountain and then your base, which you should really already have vision of. StarCraft. Ugh. Ajax already has 1,000 more mass. I think his expansion is a lot faster. What's his generated mass? Well, he's about a mex ahead right now. Oh man, he got so much mass from this. Like, look at this corner here. It's completely full with trees. And Ajax has gotten almost all of it. I think that's a factory attack move he has. That he's been microing around the place to get all these trees. That's so nasty. Ajax will crush. Definitely looks that way. I mean, his power management is... I mean, you gotta forgive him for wasting power when he's doing so well grabbing all the trees, you know? To be honest. Kizer now starting T2 land and he's barely expanded. We saw Mountain try similar things. Although Mountain maybe started his T2 land about a minute later or so. And he was against Patrick. But, didn't know the trees were worth anything. They're grouped they're not worth as much as other tree groups, but they're definitely worth. Any tree group is worth. PD from Ajax. Who needs walls? And a raid. But the engineer slips past, so that's nice for Kizer, but there's a lot of units pouring down to the bottom side. Kizer's sending units down there to try and defend. Ajax is meanwhile already here. Did Ajax make a transport or anything? Or did he just walk there? No, no transport. Any mechs upgrades maybe? Oh, 2 mechs at once on this map. That is something special. And now T2 land finishes for Kizer. So he's going to have some nice units to fight Ajax, but Ajax... Oh, the radar. Yep. Straight onto him. We have a lot of tanks and superior map control. 2 mechs at once does not seem like the best idea. Now you can see that there's T2 land here. Thanks to this factory. Oh, the Mantis just dies. But it got the kill on the engineer. We're 2,000 score ahead, 2,000 mass ahead, far more importantly. And look at the reclaim, 18k power. Versus about 9k, 2.6k mass to 1.5. So reclaim, knowing where the reclaim is helped Ajax a lot. Wonder did he take this mass? Oh, he's taking these trees. God, there's so much mass in this map and you just can't see any of it. Well, this is looking pretty good for Ajax so far, except for maybe the unupgraded mexes. He's now going T2 land. Yeah, this stall while making mexes is pretty nasty. There's just not enough mass to really afford 2 mex upgrades at once. But now they're done. And that's going to give him an even better economic advantage. Map control is quite good, but Kizer's actually done alright getting some map control on this top side. Got this one. And now he's going to have... How much is a single tree worth? Yeah. Well, it's not the single trees, you see, it's the groups of trees. And Kizer's going for hoplites. Nice. He has a flak in there as well. See, they're groups, so watch this. You can see many trees disappear with every reclaim. And they are worth less than 10 mass. Because they don't show up with the control shift. And how much power they're worth? I mean, it's probably like 100 to 200. Something like that. For each group. So they get reclaimed quite quickly. It's a lot of power. Now let's see the Kizer micro. He has that French micro. There goes a Mantis and a Medusa. And this army, I think you should be well able to deal with everything on this bottom side. And Ajax is quite low in units now after the mass extractor investment. There's units in his base. I don't think he can lose a T2 mechs to those 4 Mantis, but we shall see. Kizer's reacted. He's got his own T2 mechs. Probably needs to make second one sometime soon. And it's gonna actually just be mass donated directly into the base. Oh, he could sit on the P-gens, and then the hoplite might actually kill some P-gens. You can see it does do friendly fire damage, but no luck there. And Ajax just leaves. Doesn't want to fight these units here. Can't really fight hoplites. See, it's nice to have the hoplites with the Mantis, and then the Mantis can defend versus other Mantis that are running in. The hoplites can retreat and not take the damage. And there's also decent reclaim here that Kizer can take. He's just 5k total mass behind now. But army wise it's quite similar. Ajax now. Oh my goodness, that is a disgusting stall of mass. And he's gonna have a lot of power once this T2 P-Gen finishes. 3 support factories here. That's probably too many on this map with this eco. And we have a lot of... I don't know why these anti-air turrets are here either. So many questions. And this army that was down here ran the whole way up here. And ran past and got whittled down. And you can see the units getting killed here. And that's going to be some reclaim left on Kizer's side as well. So something's going Kizer's way for sure. He can come back into this game. Oh, a lot of units around this area. Can reclaim every single T1 P-Gen. He can, but that would be risky. And you lose your T2 P-Gen and then you are truly fucked. Hello, Silent Warrior. Also, if he reclaims every single one, then he's just gonna have 500 power income. Or, well, 600. And he probably wants a bit more than that. Alright, now his own T2 army is moving around now. Only 4 rhinos and 5 hoplites. Basically, the entire T1 army has been lost and map controlled. And I don't know if he needed to lose all those T1 units. They're gonna be... How do you lose T2 P-Gen right now? Well, you never know. Might not lose it right now, but you might lose it in a few minutes time. It's possible. 21 hoplites. Ah. Yes. Hoplite spam. No, there's not even a Wagner. Couple of flak. This is nice from Kizer. Needs to expand though. Maybe this is where you want to transport. So when you do these kind of raids, you can drop and then retake, get a PD maybe. Lack of scouting. And neither player doing anything with air. I don't think anyone's even built a bomber, unfortunately. They're just idling all their air. We have 22 inties versus probably the same. Yeah, exactly the same. 22 inties. Uh-oh. Hoplite v Hoplite. I would go Wagners instead of Rhinos here, I think. I mean, if you see so many Hoplites, then the Wagners have so much more speed that they can actually get into range and do some damage. And now we have bombers, and bombers obviously great against hoplites because hoplites have such low HP. It looks like this army at the top is going to get cleaned up. He's trying his best to move away and dodge the shots. But as he dodges, then he gets into range of rhinos, and then you're not dodging those. Oh, 2 mechs is upgrading at once, minus 30 mass. But he's getting some reclaim. Magic's so far ahead in total mass, and yeah, he definitely should have reclaimed maybe these ones anyway. These power generators. Because he just overflowed so much mass that he didn't make an ACU upgrade or make a lot of air or anything. And now, oh, this army in middle from Kizer is now chasing down what Ajax had, and Ajax is desperately trying to get this reclaim before the army arrives and cleans them up. But look, ooh, nice wrecks here to be grabbed. And now Ajax trying to take the bottom side again. And Kizer already has the top side. And most of his army, almost the entirety of his army is up here now. It's hard to know where you should be positioning your army in this on this map. Oh, Kizer. He doesn't have overcharge, and there's an army coming towards him. He takes a lot of hoplite rockets directly to the face, and then this rhino takes a few more. So much of his army is over here. I mean, can you really push down this way? Probably not. It's probably too risky, but maybe actually you can. There's no units around, but there is a lot of production here, and there've been so many bombers building up that well, he can't use them on this army at all because there's 2 flags. I mean, I have seen people when there's 1 flag bomb a flag with T1 bombers, but it's not advisable. And then when there's 2, well, then there's just no chance of that working. 39 watching, holy shit. Welcome, one and all. Alright, here we go. Ajax doing the same thing on the opposite side, just mirroring each other. I wonder, will we see some T2 air? Will we see T3 land, or is this just going to be a long T2 land game? Again, no vision though, so the hoplites can't move into the darkness. They will just get murdered. Kizer is moving in. He's trying to get radars further forward, but he can't move in here. And now he's taking rockets, and he can't see where they're coming from. Retreats the hoplites, and now retreats the rest of his army. Ajax, well, he's sending scouts overhead, and he has bombers ready and waiting. Hello, Kubala. But even with radar, look, Kizer has 2 deceivers, 2 stealth bots to grant stealth to this whole army. And here come the bombers. What are they targeting? Hoplites. And oh, not bad. Now these bombers are expensive. You can see he has 1200 mass and bombers, but oh, that was really nice bombing. And then they start bombing landed T1 scouts. That was kind of a waste. And there's no flak. Here comes a flak now finally. But this whole army might just get wiped, or at least it's already taken huge damage. And that is nasty. Now the bombers are finally going to go down. Kizer moves in when Ajax moved his inties away. Now either way the bombers were doomed because there's a flak here, and so Ajax can't send his inties in. On the other side though, Kizer obviously was busy microing down here, so he just retreated on the other side. Where's Kizer going? Where's his air going? Where's his air going? No! Oh, he tries to back out now. That's a misclick that hurts. But he's actually going to save some. On the top side now, a fight. Oh, look at that. He moves into range of the rhinos because he had to react to the misclick he made with his air, and now there's a lot of reclaim left, and that's not what you want. And there's a lot of rhinos. Much larger army now for Ajax here than Kizer has in the area. But they both have a lot of reclaim near them now. Let's see, we have like 5k there. I have like 3k there. This army is real scary though. Needs some T1 land scouts in there. And probably shouldn't lose those hoplites. Ajax retreating on the other side. Still a lot of hoplites. Will we see T3 land? Where are the mechs upgrades as well? That, like, I mean, where is the advantage going to come from? Ajax knows where it's going to come from, and that's safe T2 mexes. He has 5 of them. The 5 in the base are upgraded, and this one in the corner is upgrading. This one here is upgrading. Ajax knows how to win games. You just gotta get more eco. Get more eco and don't let your opponent do anything that you're not happy about. So you got 10,000 mass in units, 19, 17, 19 hoplites, 17 rhinos, 30 rhinos. So you can see Ajax has superior army, so he can afford to invest in economy right now. He's assisting his air, making sure he has air control. And what option does that leave for Kizer? Yeah, it's uncommon because T3 land is uncommon on this map because games don't often go long enough. But at this stage, Ajax could potentially go T3 land. Either of them could around this point. Especially after we had that fights on both sides and they kind of retreated. That's around a good time to do things like go to the next tech level or upgrade some mexes, because things sort of came to a head and then the danger will pass for a little while and you have a bit of time to work with and a bit of mass because you get some reclaim. It is definitely uncommon because most games don't go so long. Usually someone makes a terrible mistake before then. Well, these are 2 strong players, so they know how not to lose, and that's the key to winning. Or at least getting it to longer games. But still, neither of them really interested in T3 land. It would be a risk. And there's still so many T2 units out. That's quite dangerous. Almost at 30 rhinos for Kizer. 35, so yeah. It's looking good for Ajax right now. Very good. Same reclaim numbers. Kizer already lost 10 minutes ago though. I mean, he definitely was behind. But there were things that could have gone better for him. And ways he could get back into the game. It definitely wasn't over. Definitely not worth Control King over. But now it might be worth Control King over. Very soon. Or even right now. But he's going to retake some map control over here. Do some raiding. Ajax getting a lot more raids done. You see he's killed the top side now and he's taking it for himself. But he has quite a few units sort of. Some units spread out, but this is a very dangerous army. I think Kizer could die here very quickly. And there's rhinos in the base killing T2 mexes. I think that was T2. I think it just got upgraded. And there's another dead T2 mex, so this is really nasty. That's very damaging. And this army is now way out of position. Needs to send a few units up here to clean that up maybe. But yeah, bring his unit back to his commander so he doesn't just get killed by this army. Ajax has D2 on his commander. I think that's a safety thing really. He did that once he started upgrading that like directly after the fights down here. That's kind of like, I know I've won the game, so gonna make it more difficult to be sniped, more difficult to die in a stupid way by making the T2 commander upgrade. And yeah, this is quite doomed for Kizer now. Oh, T2 support factory at the front gonna go down. The rhino that was almost finished is dead as well. And he can probably shoot with hoplites up over this cliff. Yeah, look at that. Hoplites shooting up and down at each other. Just strafing past the entire base, running away from the majority of Kizer's army. And he doesn't want to dump all this mass on Kizer's side though. This actually could be a bad move here. But it looks like he's actually going to be able to just get away maybe. How many rhinos does he have left here? Oh, he still has 21 rhinos. No land scouts whatsoever. It's not very good. Such a strong army though that Kizer can't take it. He's just chasing it with every single unit. Now this army is going to get overrun and killed without trading very well. Another bad loss. And Ajax moving T2 air. Wow, so much power overflow. 1,000 power being overflowed. Distinct lack of airplay in this game. So we're at +1. Let's go +2. That stealth messed with Ajax. And he gave away a few units for free. Now we have Corsairs. Another raid from a Rhino here. And total map control. Transport used now to expand and get some reclaim. And it looks like Ajax still has... Oh, Kizer's gonna lose his air now. I think he definitely took out one Corsair there. Maybe more. There's a dead Corsair. That's just a dead Rhino. And Ajax just needs to be careful he doesn't... Oh, he just killed all of Kizer's air. He just needs to not lose his inties to flak, and he's not going to, and now he can kill this army. Is completely undefended. And yeah, it's quite bad. Kizer with a lot more reclaim, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Look at the eco on Ajax. And now he's moving T3 land. Goodbye, rhinos. Yeah, I don't know what Kizer can possibly do at this point. I think he probably has to call it. Because he has no air, he can't go for some T2 air snipe. Doesn't even have anywhere to hide a factory or anything. Oh, that's a dead rhino. More storages. Alright, speed it up again. Ajax making a drop. Don't know why. Gonna get some forward build power. Oh, the Corsairs come in, but did they miss the flak or were they not aiming for it? I'm not sure if Ajax just missed or what. Big fight here, and Ajax should win it. Oh, Kizer is getting very close to these units. And actually, well, neither one wants to commit to that. Kizer still unupgraded with his commander. Does have a storage. Looks like he only has... Oh no, he has at least 2 storages. And here come the loyalists. Not sure what Kizer can do against them. And Corsairs are building and building. And eventually I think they will take out this very lightly armored commander. Doesn't even have his first event level, so it's still only on 10,000 HP. My frames have gotten worse. Probably because I sped up to -4. Alright, another attack. I think Ajax really wants this game to end. Not the best formation for him, but he has 7 loyalists in here. Oh, they're going in and getting wrecked ahead of his the rest of his army. Now microing them back into better positions. And yeah, Ajax really wants this over. Now he's gonna fight over the mountain, and that's gonna be nasty. So many rhinos just gonna waste a lot of DPS by shooting into the ground, but oh, Kizer, look at this. These are not ideal battle conditions. Oh, it's ideal for the Medusa though, look at that. And there's so many Medusa. Very nice. And now you can probably turn around and come back and start moving towards the base. Is Kizer upgrading his... No, it doesn't look like he's even going to T3 land. He's paused everything. He has 2 TMLs here. Oh. Is he gonna go after the AC with the TMLs? Here come the scouts. That looks like he's gonna try TML the ACU. Where is the ACU? Oh, he's moved. He was here. Let's see. Oh, here he is. Out of range. I think that was what Kizer was hoping for, was to be able to TML the ACU, but he's now moved well out of range and he can't hit him from there. He'd have to come forward in front of this mountain to hit him. So, yep, not good. Does he have a plan B, C, or D? I don't see one. Still has all this stuff paused. Yep, he's coming forward with the TMLs. Ajax just spamming T2P gens for some reason. Maybe he wants to go T3R. I mean, why not? And now there's units in middle, and I think Kizer is just gonna call GG once he gets spotted. Actually, Ajax might have so many of these deceivers that it's really damaging his economy. He has 16 of them. At 75 power each, and yeah, this engineers are spotted in middle. No hope of TML, and no hope of any other snipe either. And Kizer calls GG. Well played, Ajax. And Kizer. But obviously, more well played to Ajax. You can see more or less ahead for most of the game. So what's the next game? Well, there's Thomas Hyatt versus Ajax on Crossfire. Qualifier canal is live right now, so let's watch that rather than suffer the replay vault. Come on, game. I believe in you. There we go. Alright, let's see what the bracket looks like as well. Right, so this is the quarterfinal of the winners bracket. Thomas Hyatt and Ajax. Ajax definitely the favorite. And he already took care of Kizer. Thomas Hyatt has beaten Esperanto. Oh, Esperanto beat Tagada in the first round. Bit of an upset. And we have, well, a lot of the losers bracket has been played as well. Who is out? Tagada. Tagada is out. Swackle is out. Mountain is out. I don't know what this something about. Oh yeah, that's Morex. Morex is out. This tournament moving a lot faster than... Oh, what are you doing, Thomas? Ajax has gone first there. And he's going very quickly for a scout. Can you believe that? He just directly countered what Thomas is doing, which is first bomber. I mean, directly countered it in that he's scouting it immediately, giving him all the time he needs to react. Look at that. That is so disgusting. Ajax is too good. Now he needs to... Well, has he actually seen that? Or did he just send the scout? He may not have been looking. Because I don't see any reaction, actually, in what he's doing. So, it may still surprise him. Which will be hilarious. Now he should realize. But the bomber's about to land. The bomber's about to drop its first bombs. Yeah, here he is. And look, oh, please get both. Yes, ground firing in between the NGs. That was a ground fire, but it didn't drop. Another engineer, but no ground fire this time, and Ajax dodges successfully. Now, what we need is a bomb dropped on this air factory, so that he kills the Inti as it's building. See, there's an Inti building here. Bomb it. It can't dodge. Both these engineers are dodging. Oh man, bomb it. If he bombs the factory, that is the play. But he bombed the wrong factory. No. This is why you start with land fact, by the way, so you can make... Yeah, I agree. You should start with a land factory. And now the Inti is out. And there's no Inti from Thomas, of course, because he can't afford to do that. That is really unfortunate. He could have done better here with this bomber. He could have bombed that factory. It would have been so good. Thomas only making his second factory now. He doesn't have mass. He's also making... He's going to have way too much power here, I think. Like, he's already close to wasting power, and he's going to finish... He's building hydrocarbons, so that's it. Not good for him. Ajax, meanwhile, has no power to make this this transport. Not looking good. Both players kind of got fucked up by that. Not just... Well, yeah, not just Ajax, but both of them. This hydro loss was quite painful. Thomas could have ended the game. Yeah, if he bombs the factory, kills the Inti, then Ajax is fucked. Then he has to build basically a T1A. And he hadn't started one. So that would have taken a while, and then he can... I mean, Thomas can do whatever he wants at that point. Thomas now with a couple of Intis. Trying to kill the scouts. he doesn't have a scout of his own. He's not going to see this transport. Ajax sending in his Inti to die. And I can't believe it would have worked so well, and Ajax, I mean, it really relied on Ajax fucking up, because he saw, well, his scout showed him the bomber in the scout, but he evidently did not see that, what his scout saw. Another Inti lost, or not, or yes. There it goes. Ajax dropping faster than Thomas though. Where are the land units? Where are the land units? There is no water on this map. And no one's built a tank. And Ajax doesn't have a land factory. So Thomas should know that there's no land factory and should be making units. Tams are the second fastest T1 tank after the Mantis. So he could do damage. And the next drop is coming, but he may lose that transport if he's not careful. And there's a scout coming. Did he see the transport? I think it... Yeah, there, look, it showed up. Has he targeted? Yes, he has the attack command on, and he's 4 inties, so it's going to go down very quickly. I think it will die. Yes. Very important kill from Thomas, and he has definitely more air, I'm sure. Yeah, look at this, only 4. Ajax has been wasting some and stalling, and yeah, his eco management isn't great right now. Really needed those mexes. So that's a painful loss, and this looks good for Thomas. He does need to expand a bit faster though. Where's the transport? You can't really play maps like these without transports. There's just so much mass. And it takes too long, and engineers are too vulnerable while going across land. He also needs to expand faster. I mean, like, why are these mexes not taken? It's quite bad, honestly. ACU is going to move over to this expansion. And Bomber's trying to do damage. There goes an engineer. Here's another engineer to kill. But I think the Sky Slammer might... No, he's going to escape. And the tanks are moving out. And actually he can get some tanks over here before Ajax can get here now. We have one engineer trying to expand. I think pretty much everything is the same. Like, all the reclaim is the exact same on this map. So there's still those big chunks of rocks to take. A single engineer is here. He walked. He actually... he walked the whole way here and walked to here and started building a factory. I mean, I think that's just like... people don't use their brain, honestly. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What map would you walk past all these mexes to then build a single land factory somewhere? Like, imagine the only reason that this happens is because this is a different map with no water. That's the only reason that people would do something like that. It doesn't actually make any sense. So Ajax has 2 islands, well, kind of 1.5. The other one, nothing taken on it. And he's trying to get back into air. It's quite important. He has 9 inties. He only has 4 tanks. He has far more mass than Thomas. Thomas now 15 tanks, 14 inties, but they're spread all over. So Ajax could, for example, catch these 4 inties, kill them with basically no return. But actually, it's the opposite. Ajax gonna lose 2 inties to these 4. Now the raiding coming in. Bombers coming in. Tanks are up on this cliff when the only stuff to kill is over here. And now actually he is losing those 4 inties to Ajax's air force. And the bombers are here and they're not going to be protected. factory completes. And there's a mantis here trying to raid. And were these... It looks like these engineers were dropped around the place. Thomas is... needs some power right now. And Ajax looks like he's doing quite well. Now trying to do some raiding. Do we have any economy? Nope. Do we have any T2 air? Nope. Well, we have gestures, and that's where all his power is going. You see, gesture is expensive on power. Oh, and Ajax going for the air fight. Ballsy. Or, well, oh, what's he targeted? Is it this single interceptor in the base? Well, it looks like he's gonna get that air fight he wanted and win it comprehensively. And Thomas has... Oh no, his air just gone idle now. And it gets completely demolished. That's nasty. And it looks better for Ajax now. Still no mechs is taken here. This one not taken. Need some factories to get the reclaim. The natural reclaim, which is everywhere in this map. Well, not in the water, but all over the islands. Nice raid. He actually killed a factory here with these FAMs, and he may also kill these mantis. And a bomber here. Oh, Jester's coming in. Who needs T2 air? These engineers have been left idle. Been forgotten about. Now we have mobile anti-air came out and scratched some interceptors here. Not bad. This is still very good for Thomas. You can see that almost none of the mechs this year have been taken. But let's take a look at the mass income. It's better for Ajax. Is Thomas stalling? Oh, it's a nasty power stall. He's gone to T2 air and he's trying to make a T2 PGen, but he's stalling so badly. Needs to pause his other air factories. I mean, he has 1, 2, 3 still building air. So pause them. He would probably have, well, he definitely would have even. He should have more mass income, but because it's stall, he has less. The Jester's trying to do some raiding. Oh, there's so many Jesters now everywhere. It's quite dangerous. Jesters don't have much HP. They have less HP per mass than T2 gunships. And they're quite vulnerable, and he just flew towards an air factory which I had just said should be paused. And an Inti comes out and it's gonna kill at least one of the Jesters. Not before the Hydra goes down, and that's actually all the timing. He'd lost the Hydra just as the T2 PGen finished. And now he's gonna have a nice economy balance again. As long as he spends that mass in storage, he's really going after this island. Trying to do as much damage as he can. Here he's always attacking a factory that's not built yet. ACU looking around for some kills to get. He may be able to actually clean this army. There's probably more on the way though. Yeah, quite a few units now on the left side for Ajax, and he's finally taking these mexes. So Ajax is going to stabilize. He has 4 T2 mexes as well. I don't see any from Thomas. And yeah, 13 minutes into a game where you have this much mass, no mex upgrades is not going to end well for him, and he's losing all of his air. Yeah, I might upload the stream, or maybe just separate videos of casts perhaps. Haven't decided yet. We'll see. And yeah, no air. but a big attack on the bottom side. There's a decent army though, and actually, well, actually no, that's a good enough army to stop more damage. The center of this island is not going to go down, and the jesters are going after the mobile anti-air. You can dodge with these guys. You can circle dodge, and the gunships will miss. And now Thomas getting raided in many places, but 4 T2 mexes. I mean, that just makes any raiding that Thomas has done here not very relevant. More mexes coming up. 2, 3, at least 3 upgrading. It's not upgrading those ones, of course. Yeah, you can see these 2 here and this one are upgrading, and Thomas has no mex upgrades, so I think Ajax will win based on that. People, I mean, it really is the simplest way to win a game. You just basically do the same as what your opponent's doing, but maybe with a few less units, maybe a bit more efficiently, and you just grow an eco advantage behind it. That is the simple way to play this game. Well, simple. That it's not a new idea. It's not very creative, but it works very well. You can't really afford to just play T1 mexes all the time unless you really know that your opponent is really all in, and also you're really doing damage that they can't afford to take. Hello, Evan. Let's see how many people are watching. We got 39. 39 people. Oh, Ajax income is so far ahead now. 8 T2 mexes. And he's also getting raids off. You can see dead mexes in many places. Oh, he's even raiding the main base. Yeah, I think this is gonna be over pretty soon. We have 90 tanks. Almost no Zuis versus 90 tanks. See, you don't need more tanks. You can have the same number of tanks and use them just as well or better, and have mexes on top. Hello, Cisco NZ, thank you. Where are your casts, man? Been a while since you made one. Now T2 air, gunships. Oh, that's almost half and half mobile anti-air, so that's going to be an army you don't want to send your gunships after. And Thomas now making T1A turrets in places. None on this side though, so this could be actually his ACU could just get sniped here. So we don't have T2 land. No, well, decent air force. Actually has more air now. Not playing or casting. Oh well. Such is life. Ajax gone T2. Again, the safety on the commander. It's a lot easier to lose a T1 commander than a T2 commander. Yeah, I think he can just come in and kill the ACU. Is that where he's going? Maybe. Maybe not. He's killing a mechs. Beside the ACU, all the air is coming in. There's no air cover whatsoever from Ajax. He just kind of threw away all his gunships. That's kind of sad. Nice mass left for Thomas's commander. But again, Thomas has no economy. He actually still hasn't made any mech upgrades. Oh no, Sorry. He has one. He has a single mechs upgraded to T2, and Ajax has a lot upgraded, and he's going to keep upgrading. Also has mass on his side. He's going T3 on the commander. And that's going to make him very safe. And he's also going T3 land. Yeah, this game is dominant win for Ajax, and all he had to do was make T2 mexes. That's all. Of course, he used his units, he did some raiding, etc. The normal stuff, but in terms of actual, well, higher level decision making, he just made T2 mexes. That was the higher level decision making. Make T2 mexes, but not so many that you take too much damage. And voila. Now you're 100 mass income, 110 mass income versus 50, and there's no contest anymore. And yeah, Thomas trying to make some T2 mexes now. It's about 10 minutes too late. And the T3 land is going to completely dominate. There's not even T2 land from Thomas. He can't really afford to do anything. So what can you expect at this stage? More T2 mexes here. And what Thomas does have has been raided. Can you believe it? He just made this T2 mex and this one, and they're both dead now. And he may lose this one as well. Now what Thomas does have actually is air control. That is about it. But that's something, and Ajax shouldn't be too happy about that. And he just immediately he gets T3 on his commander, makes SAMs, makes a shield, and T3 P-Gen. He's going to go T3 air, so that air advantage is not going to last long. And it's not really being used either by Thomas, I think. I don't see gunships, I don't see Notas, and he is losing that T2 mex. You hate to see it. So he's back to 1 again. Back to 1 T2 mex. Oh well. Bit of an attack on the bottom side. It's going to get completely cleaned up by loyalists, among other things. Plenty of Mantis around as well, but maybe not as many as there are Thams. Is there a snipe building? Well, there's a transport building. There's a gun commander, and what's the other upgrade here? Oh, he's starting the splash gun. That's really expensive. And well, I like it. I like that he's going for it. That is good. He's trying something. He's not gonna just not try to win the game. He's not dead, so he can still try and win. So we'll see if he can actually land. I really doubt he's going to be able to land, because look, Ajax is building an Omni sensor. He has ASF, so that's going to basically make it impossible. Maybe he could have tried starting it sooner, but yeah, difficult. So expensive. So he's gone for double gun on his commander. That's the normal gun, which gives you more range and double rate of fire, and then there's the splash gun, which gives you, as you can see, 850% more damage, and it gives you area of effect, AoE, and it's affected by gun, obviously. So if you have both of them, then you get the 850%, and then you get double rate of fire, and you do insane DPS. And then you have overcharge on top of that, but that's just gratuitous. Here come the ASF after these T1 bombers, and oh, he's gonna have 2 T2 transports going at once. You should probably, oh no, oh. He's gonna have a tough time dodging through all of this shit. I mean, oh no, he's been spotted already. That was quick. GG. He got from here to here. He's got a ways to go before he gets to Ajax, who's control king his mechs and rebuilding them as T3. Which is just for swag. All his T1 pigeons are gone. And yeah. Poor Thomas Hyatt. He's building T1 anti-air. Don't think that's gonna help him with the T1 ACU. Not really gonna help. Oh, he gets into the transport. Transport incidentally can get shot by gunships, but now he's dead. GG. Well played, Ajax. Solid game from him. So let's see what else we should be able to find. Replay vault may fail me. Gonna press search and hope. Patrick's game, which one is it on right now? Oh, he just started a game with a nice title. Yeah, do you mean this game he just started, which is DeRosa, or the previous? Yeah. I missed the lobby. And the replay vault has not responded. I think there's a Patrick vs. Turin game. There is. If the replay vault would show me all of Patrick's games. Fanboys in the chat. Oh, hey, that worked better. I went to the chat and said, I just clicked on the show his games in the vault and it immediately showed me. Except it showed me other people's games as well. Alright, actually the DeRosa, it's almost at 5 minutes, so maybe we should just watch that. Well, now let's watch his previous game if we can. What is it? Turin, and it's on Qualifier. So we'll watch that. It's not a very long game. Eco management, yeah. Come on. Takes a while for these games to begin loading. I don't know why. Shouldn't take so long. I guess it's just because I'm streaming. Yeah, Tagda, I saw you went out. I didn't see any of your games though. But Rust, perhaps. You see, you have to play so long that you're insulated against Rust. That's the trick. If you just play and then you get too good rating and then you leave well in, you just you're not insulated against the Rust. See, Patrick can come back and he'll be good. Alright, so Cyber Mirror again. Don't know why people particularly want Cybern here. This game takes so much time. Yeah, I guess. The ditch is a signature map. Yeah, we need someone to play against on it. Build already fuck up. Classic Turin. I don't see how he possibly has already fucked up the build. I think at this point he's just messing with people. Oh, Rust takes too much time. Yeah, it also sucks, so there's that. Well, maybe we'll get the ditch in some tournament that Petrick will play. That'd be nice. Yeah, I think Turin is this is just psychological warfare with the fucked up build shit. He has gone for 2 labs and 2 scouts. Whoa, homophobia in the chat. Ban this man. Just kidding. Says Turin. I should have gone first bomber. Can we re? Well, the first bomber would have been so nice. I mean, say it almost every game, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the first bomber from Thomas should have won the game immediately. I mean, it also shouldn't, but I mean, Ajax should have seen what his scout showed him, and then it would have been terrible for Thomas, but he didn't, and then at that point Thomas should have won the game if he only bombed the air factory. But that was the previous game, and now look at that. That's a nice build order. Oh, he's reclaiming his land factory. He started building the land factory, and then that was a bad decision. He would have run out of power, so he just gets the power back. Sims 3. Not bad. Depends how you play it. You can play it like a girl, play it like a boy. And if you play it like a girl, that's probably pretty gay. Unless you are a girl, then, you know. Alright, let's stop talking nonsense. Turin has 2 land factories already in his base. What game is this? Which game? The game we're watching? Or the game people are talking about in chat? Or the game someone else is talking about in chat? We have 4 engineers dropped and they're all split. He's gonna get the mexes and a radar before he makes a land factory, which is nice. His labs are on the expansions. And look at that, Petrick brought a tank. Stall from Turin. What game is this again? Yes, I don't know what question you had answered with yes. Maybe all of them. In which case, Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. Oh, the Mantis started shooting when it was still in midair. Did you see that? That was nice. That's cool, I never noticed that. He was actually mid-air and started shooting. It's Supreme Commander, Forged Alliance Forever, The Sims 3, and of course, Rust. So there you go, take your pick. Whichever question you asked, join the dots to the answer. That's a nice raid. Let's see, Petrick. Well, oh, wasting some power. Terrible. We expect more from Petrick. No power waste before T2 Pigeon. Whatever happened to that? Hey, you couldn't remember this game. Supreme Commander, dude. Subcom. How how are you here if you can't remember this game? That's pretty funny. Oh, Turin. Oh, yeah, never mind. Well, he's dropped his side now, his right side, and there's tanks coming, so you better get a... Oh yeah, gone straight for PD. Annoying Mantis raids all over the place. From Petric, not so much from Turin. He has nothing on this side except still this single lab, and now a tank is coming in. Just wandered in randomly. Well, welcome. The best RTS anno 2018. Imagine in the future they'll make games about 2018. And there's not that much conventional warfare going on, is there? Oh. Can't really make a great game about annexing Crimea or anything, can you? Maybe you could make an RPG about that. Bye bye, radar. And Petric already, he has 1k score lead, almost 2,000 more mass. It's just ridiculous. Oh, it's all reclaimed, so I think he's been, well, one, see, decent reclaiming here, but also he's probably grabbed some of these bigger chunks of rocks, maybe? No, it doesn't look like he has. Just, oh yeah, nice reclaiming here. And yeah, Petric, or Turin, much slower to start reclaiming the trees and rocks that are spread around. Yeah, this is the waterless version, Dan. Coldfire crossing. As a result of global warming, eventually all of the ocean evaporated on this planet, and yeah, bad things. I mean, the land units are very happy about it, but the air units and the naval units especially, they weren't happy. Now Turin getting his own raids off, trying to do some damage and succeeding, slowing down some expansion. He brought his own engineers here. Did he? He must have dropped those three here because they're so right next to each other, and they get killed. Strange to drop late and to drop here. You could drop. I mean, you could drop in places where he's not going to see. Maybe you could drop in here in this corner, or you could drop back here. But that's less dangerous to Petric. Petric getting his own raids, denies the factory, gonna damage it, take out the mechs probably. And yeah, Petric 2k ahead on reclaim, 2k ahead in total mass. And now he starts the mechs upgrades. Turin has not started mechs upgrades yet. And also Petric is assisting pretty heavily. Where's the ACU? Here he is, wandering around, doesn't really know what to do, I think. Just build his mechs, maybe. Petric cleaning up all these raids. You can see the units going down. I think his rating has probably been a bit better than Turin's. Definitely started sooner as well. What tourney is this? It is the Legend of the Stars qualifier number 3. 3 out of 4, and then there's going to be a final championship with 16 players who qualified from the qualifier tournaments, and the prize for the final is the prize pool is like $500 Aussie dollars, so not quite as much as euros or pounds or bucks, but very nice prize. And you also get a trophy if you win the championship. So this is just the 3rd qualifier. We've had 2 already. There'll be a 4th one in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I think. And once you've qualified, you can't play in the qualifier tournaments anymore. So none of these players have qualified for the end of year tournament. Not even Petric. He didn't actually play in the previous 2. So we have T2 air on the way now for Patrick. Unsurprising that he goes for that. Gestures coming for... Alright, what's going on here? We have gestures being sent over way to the side. And that makes me think that he's going for... that Turin is going for a snipe. He doesn't have many inties. Actually, Patrick has almost none. Look at these mantis, so annoying. Just constantly denying mexes. Putting them everywhere. So that Turin has to clean them up. And then Turin has to clean them up instead of sending his own mantis across and doing damage. And Patrick has really nice radar coverage as well, so the only thing he could add is maybe a radar here, and then he would basically see every raid that comes in. Now, scouts overhead. But they don't see any gestures, I think. Oh, narrowly missed them. Narrowly missed some gestures. Look, he's even raiding the main island now. Nobody built any walls. And nobody built any PD, it seems. I don't see any PD whatsoever. And definitely no walls. You can just clog up these islands by building some walls. Now we have a PD here from Patrick. Turin gonna get some nice kills on the mantis, but they're gonna quickly run away, and there's a lot of them here and very few units to contest them. So these mechs are gonna stay on build. And oh, here come the gestures. Where are the inties? Bring the inties. And does he have enough gestures, really? Patrick is here and he has build power next to him to spam up anti-air, rip Turin. Well, maybe rip Tamamo. If he's not careful. Now the gestures appear on his screen and he already has the inties coming, and Turin's inties are too far behind, surely. And now with all these... Yeah, look how fast he's going to build the anti-air, and he can pause stuff if he really needs the mass or power. Could perhaps pause his air. Although, might not be too good. Yeah, oh, he killed some of the engineers. That was a good move. And now he has actually defended, but now Turin is just targeting the ACU, and he doesn't have the HP on these gestures to actually survive multiple turrets shooting him down. And Turin control Ks. Not the best attempt at a gesture snipe ever, but he tried. And yeah, then he just disconnected. He didn't even stay in the game. He was not happy with how he played there. I think he did get pretty dominated. You can see 40k mass to 26, and we're only less than 13 minutes in. 15k reclaim to 6.3. See this pizza slice. Smooth. This one not so much, but yeah, just a lot more reclaim from Patrick. Well played. So now I think we get to watch the Rosa, maybe. Where is it? Yeah, Patrick and Ajax. And this is what, semi-final? Let's take a look. That's the final of the winners bracket. I guess you could call that a semi-final. Again, the delay. Alright. Change a couple things to hopefully improve the frames. Cyber Mirror. Feels 2016, man. Hope Tamamo qualifies. I think he's already qualified, actually, at this point. It's the top 3, and then the 4th spot goes to the highest placed under 1900 player. So Tamamo is definitely top 3 anyway, being in the winners bracket final. So he has qualified, but there's also a small prize pool for this tournament itself. So if he wins, he gets, I think, 50 Aussie dollars. 42 people watching. Nice. That's a good number. For reasons everyone should know, I think. Ajax, nicely placed engineer here. This engineer is never going to have to move now for the next couple minutes, because all the PGens will be in range of him. Stuff like this is important. Not too important, but it can actually make a difference in your build if your engineers are wasting their time walking around. It's not ideal. So the map is the Rosa Sanctuary, and if the ditch is Patrick's signature map, I mean, this is up there, one of the signature maps. It has the same kind of reclaim as the ditch. It has these rock groups which are worth 175 mass each. So you can see already 1000 mass reclaimed, and here comes the air factory now, and all of his build power is centered on this. We have a couple engineers doing other things, getting reclaim and building mexes, but the majority is just building power with his ACU, and you can see he just has a lot of power queued up. So he's going to build this PGen, then a factory, so that he gets more build power again. So you need more and more engineers. Ajax, meanwhile, actually already has 2 factories. He did not send engineers to build mexes. He's delayed his mexes longer, and he's gotten more mass reclaim. So, and he's also rushing, well, not rushing an Inti, I guess it's not really rushing, but he's building an Inti pretty quick. And Tamamo Petrick has built 1 Inti and is now, interesting. Oh yeah, he cancelled his transport because he saw that Ajax was building other things like interceptors and bombers. So now there's 2 Intis versus 1, so Petrick changes his plans, reacts to his scouting information, and also keeps his scout alive. You can see he doesn't leave his scout just hovering over this base for no reason, because it will just get killed. Keeps his air scout alive. And he wins the air fight. Nice. Now he's going to spot this bomber most likely and kill that, but he's not going to spot the transport. So now he is already moving on to his own transport. Oh, yeah, he's going to dodge with this engineer. Nice. Nice play from Petrick, but Ajax is still doing well. He used those couple inties to give himself plenty of cover to get his transport away, and he's going to have a base here, and there's no units or bomber going to stop him. One Mantis is far too far away, but now Petrick making his own drop. And maybe not enough power being built by Ajax. Actually though, Ajax has more power income, which is really important, obviously, on such a map. And Petrick, I usually make mexes real fast on this map, but he's gonna lack power a bit, and he was real focused on the air, and maybe he doesn't think early mexes are that good, but I think we're gonna see a lot of mex upgrades soon. But Ajax looking good already, honestly. Nice play from so far, and his transport may go down. Oh, nice. 2 anti-kills from Petrick there. Oh, maybe not actually. And the transport is targeted. And he's trying to save it with a bit of micro, moving past the inties. And, oh, a bomber from Petric. It looks like it was dodged. And now the engineers are all split and they're building AA tower. And the bomber's only bombing a factory. Ajax still ahead in power income. And the bottleneck is build power and power. Hello, Mad Mozart. Hello, stream viewer. So Ajax kept his transport alive. Air looks pretty even. And there's quite a few units heading left. And Ajax well ahead on mass reclaimed right now. Petric already going T2 land very quickly, as you should. Need T2 attack fast on this map. Just need to accelerate more or less all aspects of gameplay when you have this much reclaim. Faster up the techs, faster economy building, faster everything. Looks like Ajax can't really do anything here. Needs to build up a few more units. He should also add in some Medusa pretty soon, probably. If he wants to attack a base. And now building his mexes. You can see it just delays his mexes. Maybe he delayed them a bit too long, but probably was lacking power. There's a nice power template. So what's the eco like? Looks like Ajax only 2 T2 maxes. Petric only 2 as well. And Manny, I think quite a few have recently started being upgraded. So there's a lot of mass along here. Actually, let's just do this and see. So there's certain areas that don't have reclaim. Like here, around here, there's not much. In the middle, there's T2 P-gens, which are worth reclaiming. If you're really crazy, you could try capture them. Craigasm. I think you're on the wrong platform for that. I have no idea how emotes or anything works on YouTube, to be honest. Metric making some ground up on the bottom. It's a nice fight for him, and Ajax gonna have to regroup. Ajax finishes his T2 land not long after Petric. Petric, I don't think he upgraded assisted at all. But also, crucially, he didn't stall, so got built in a decent time. Where's the T2 land here? Here it is. And we'll probably see T3 land pretty quick. Might see some support factories to make some rhinos and such. But mostly it's going to be a lot of T1 stuff continues, and we're going to be focusing on ecoing, getting the T2 P-gens up, and hopefully people make some TMD and stuff. You can see Petric already about to finish his T2 P-gen, so one of the things you can do, you can see there's a lot of mass in the bank here, and he's can't spend really. You can go for fast T3 mechs in the base. It takes very little build power to make it, and it can empty your storage very quickly. See, there's still so much mass here. All of this is untouched. He has taken a lot of stuff on the side, but his expansion also still has a lot of mass to reclaim. I mean, if we just do this, it says 87,000 on the map still, and almost none of that is units. Obviously, we've just had T1 units going back and forth. There's mass everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised at T3 mechs rush, to be honest, because there's just not that many T1 mechs to upgrade really when you have this much mass income. Ajax already investing in mass storages. And I think he started his T2 Pigeon a bit later. He had let his T2 NGs go idle a bit. And he's probably going T3 land, yes. And he's going for Loyalists. Same thing for Patrick, although I don't see Loyalists queued. Just oh, there we go. Now he's queued up the Loyalists. Loyalist's going to get across the map a lot faster, obviously. Hugely quick unit, and they're going to do really well versus T1 land. And there isn't really any T2 land. Didn't see any support factories. Oh, here we go. Yes, there is some T2 support factories. I think that's good. I think that's a good decision. Not many Medusa. Should see those added soon. Here's more support factories. And basically every T1 mech is being upgraded. Or at least probably more than half. But Ajic's looking good right now. A lot of T2 mechs. Good map control. He's got his second T2 Pigeon up now as well. He's got storages on many mechs. And there we go. Yes, the T3 mechs. You can see, I mean, each of these engineers dropping 5 mass per tick. And the T3 mechs itself is like minus 20. Because it still generates mass. And his storage is emptying very quickly. Let's see how much mass he has on his side. Yeah, he still has quite a lot up here. His expansion is almost completely gone now. And he still has some at the front of his base. So you have to really invest in eco so that you have something once that reclaim runs out. And if he has a T3 mechs, and oh, he's well ahead on the T3 mechs in comparison to Patrick. So looking good for Ajax, I would say. And now Ajax may get an attack in on the front of the base, and it's quite good. Going to slow down some reclaiming. You can see there's some here still, and kill some mechs and slow down any attack that Patrick wanted to make. So we should see probably T3 air should be on the cards in the not too distant future. I mean, well, give it a few minutes, but it has to be in their minds. And 50% T3 mechs, the second one. So Ajax ahead on economy. And a lot of power overflow for him. And he's moving T2 air, so I think that's... Yeah, he's going straight to T3. He's not interested in making any T2 air. Although, you know, he could do something with that. Could maybe drop something, but he doesn't actually have many units, many T3 units. And he actually has no T2 units, so I think what we're seeing is the support factories and the rhinos for Patrick are instead mechs for Ajax. So we'll have to see if that trade is who that trade is good for. And right now it looks good for Ajax rather than Patrick. This is not gonna work. Goodbye, little mantis. Still annoying raids happening. Like, look at these units getting past. That is annoying. See, there's all this mass here. And he's going to kill the engineers around. Maybe kill engineers that have orders. And then the orders will have to be replaced. And that sort of stuff adds up. And it can be pretty annoying. Did you miss the voice crack? No. No voice crack yet, I think, that I can remember. But it'll be there. Don't worry. T3 Pigeon. Another one queued straight after. We should be on. He has the third T3 mechs. Oh, he has 2 mechs going up at once. That's that is some greed. Middle, as usual, not really contested too much. So let's see, what do we have? In terms of actual land units, what is the army? We have 7 loyalists. That does not seem sufficient, and it's really a lot of loyalists being built. No, like, where are the bricks at? I would be building bricks. Oh, this PGen is painful. It's hurting. Oh, it's because he's upgrading this T3 air before it's finished, so that's a bit of a mistake. And now he lost all his radar, and there's units coming in to kill juicy T2 mexes. And more T2 mex is going to go down. Definitely this one is dead, and maybe you can get in behind to this corner. You can kind of run around in this expansion, especially if you have speedy bots. Yeah, we have a lot more loyalists for Patrick, and also T2 land units. Not to be sniffed at, especially versus loyalists. They actually have more range and they won't miss, so they're going to be useful versus loyalists. Oh, T2 Max here didn't die. And Patrick now, a lot of vision, a lot of map control. And all he's missing is some T3 mexes, but he's not far behind there. I don't think he's really caught up. And now, now there's a mex that's not finished. 58%, another one that's 81%, and it's only being assisted by a commander. He needs to stop whatever he's building, like this. He needs to stop building this. Really badly needs to stop building that and get these mex upgrades finished ASAP, as this is not this looks nasty for it. Looks like Patrick is going to come back into this game. Looks like he has come back into this game, because there's still reclaim for him. Oh, there's actually a few rocks up here. He has more units. He's done some damage, killed T2 mexes. And he has all this map control. And now Patrick actually has better mass income. He's finished his 3rd T3 mex. And he started the 4th. He's reclaiming his T1 power now. And he's going T3 air himself. Ajax has T3 air, but he has no mass to do anything with it. And he's now just making ASF at the minute. And his first ASF might just get wasted. Oh, you're right. Yes, he's upgrading this one as well. So he was doing 3 T3 mex upgrades at once. That's just not on. Well spotted. Soviet, thank you. T3 spy plane. Oh, need to fill in the blanks there. And yeah, this looks good for Patrick now, because of that those 3 T3 mechs at once. That really damaged Ajax hugely, because he ran out of mass before he could finish them. And well, yeah, I mean that's a lot of mass to be trying to invest all at once in 3 different mexes, while also making 2 T3 PGens and T3 air. So, but still, it's gonna be nice when he actually has them done. And Patrick pretty much is at a similar level in economy, or yeah, slightly higher. He has more total mass now. Ajax has no vision anywhere. He does have 32 loyalists. 30 loyalists. He's losing some pretty rapidly. To 20 loyalists, 9 rhinos, and a brick. Finally, bricks. Ooh, T2 PDs at the front, and T1 PDs. Not bad. It's trying to protect the reclaim field here, and Ajax is actually stealing the mass behind this fight. And he has a lot of loyalists. Most of his loyalists actually are right here in this battle. And he has engineers here. This is nice. This is nice from Ajax. On the top side, he may be under pressure. There's this significant force. Hard to tell how many loyalists and how many mantis here, but certainly quite a few loyalists. I think there's probably too much T3 land support factories. And we have 4 here and the HQ, and then we have 5 in that expansion. Well, no surprise you 100% approve of the eco whoring. I would say epic eco whoring wouldn't leave you with 3 unfinished mexes and minus 200 mass though. Well, maybe that's the definition of epic. This is so brutal. Really great attack here, and he just powers on through. He's gonna easily, well, look, the brick is gonna get deleted immediately. This whole expansion is doomed, barring some air savior. And on the other side, T1PD, the nemesis of the loyalist, thanks to the range and far fewer loyalists here, so this base is not going to disappear. It's going to take some damage though, but this base is completely demolished. And he's going to kill all the T2 mexes. The T3 support HQs are there, and they're dead. And now actually, Ajax maybe takes an ill-advised fight here. He may lose all his ASF because there's T3 mobile anti-air underneath. Although it's quite even fight. It's basically even. The bouncer did not do much, and he keeps getting stunned, so I can't even fire. Now this is, yeah, and look, he's not stalling, so there's no delay in production. Oh, now he's stalling power quite heavily, and he can quickly. Well, not only is he killing this entire expansion, he's also sucking all this mass, and nice play from Ajax. Now, what can... Wow, wait, does he really have... They really have like the same mass income even with that. We have 5 T3 mexes. Ajax is now ahead on mass. He has 6. And Petric is really going hard at this expansion. He's brought a T3 gunship in, but he doesn't really have many ASF. In fact, it looks like he has a single ASF. Now this is all getting cleaned up. We need a drop here from Ajax. There's Corsairs trying to deal with the loyalists that are raiding on this side, and Petric sends all of his units to the top. But now look at this. Actually, Petric is losing this game, and oh no. Okay, it was definitely an accidental T3 mex here. It's between 2 T1 factories, and it's not. There's no storage whatsoever. Another T3 mex is started. Now, what can Petric do? Maybe he can go for some... I'm not sure. Well, it looks like he wants to use air anyway. These Corsairs have been going back and forth, killing loyalists for a long time. And they're taking shots from... They're like all taking missiles to the face at once. And they're going to get cleaned up. And the well, actually no, 2 of them may survive. The Corsairs are going to get cleaned up though, that's for sure. This gunship trying to do its best, but it's dying to T1 anti-air. That is going to kill it unless it leaves right away. And it's not leaving. It's going to lose this T3 gunship to a T1A. That hurts. 2 vets. There's a strap bomber out. It's got 4 kills, not much damage done. And it's going to die. Total air dominance for Ajax. I think Petric is going to call it. He's had no expansion for the longest time now. He's trying to drop right into the base. Get past the units. Oh no. Nearly dropped, but too many anti-airs. And I think Petric is going to call this pretty soon. Unless he has some very sneaky plan, but... Well, he's starting a Monkey Lord. Oh, and he decides it's too far gone. Really nice attack on the bottom. Nice micro, got a lot of loyalists into the area. That's the thing with loyalists, they're so fast that you can change where you're attacking. So he didn't have all of his loyalists at the bottom, I don't think. But he moved some in, came in and cleaned up a lot of army here, killed some PDs that Patrick was trying to build, and then just continued pushing while he had the chance. GG indeed. Well played, Ajax. And yeah, also well played, Patrick. Ajax wins, and he wins that's the winners bracket. Does Patrick have a chance to win the losers bracket now and face Ajax again? Yes, he does. Patrick goes to the final of the losers bracket because this was the final of the winners bracket. And I think we'll probably watch that game right now, if we can. Yeah, they've already started, so we'll end this game. Yeah, well played, Ajax. Very well played. You can see he's actually pretty much ahead for most of the game. Wow, my vision is kind of fucked up right now. And I don't know why. Alright. Let's get to this losers bracket final. And it's going to be Patrick and Turin has made it. So that means he's also qualified. How come they made so many loyalists and didn't switch to bricks? Well, we actually saw that Patrick was switching to bricks about the time when he lost his expansion. And I think that probably contributed to why he lost it, because a lot of loyalists showed up in the one place, as they can with their big speed, and took advantage. This is the thing, I mean, you know, if you're just in a fight between bricks and loyalists, the bricks are going to crush. But the loyalists can group up very quickly into one position and attack there, and that's what he did. He first grouped onto where there was some nice reclaim that Patrick wanted, and then took a nice fight. Because you can just put your whole army in one spot a lot faster than you can if you have bricks. If you have bricks, you just can't do that unless you use transports. Alright, we're in the game. Turin down here. Cybern Mirror again. Holy crap. People saying UEF is just the best faction. I mean, UEF is pretty good, but it's clear that people do not agree that UEF is the best faction. Because we are seeing Cybern all the time. Now maybe Patrick just likes Cybern, and so he picks Cybern, and then his opponent doesn't want to not have Cybern. Because people like mirrors, but that logic doesn't hold up if UEF is truly just the best faction. Now, this is not a great map for UEF. It's a fine map, but not a particularly good one for UEF. Alright, so factory, 3 pigeons, not 2. First engineer to hydro after it builds a mass extractor. Second engineer goes to get the mass dildo. Turin delaying that. He might regret it. He might actually run out of mass. Lovely Cybern. Yeah, they're nice. I played my first 600 games as Cybern. Oh no! He better notice that he missed that. No! Get the mass. If he doesn't see this, it's fucked. Oh, okay, good. Jesus. engineer going to middle before Turin sends one. And maybe Turin's gonna go... No, he's not. He's gonna walk. They're both gonna do normal stuff probably. Well, let's see where Petric goes, but Turin is going the normal route, going to the left. Nobody protecting against labs. That's risky. You can see there's this engineer, for example, undefended. You can lose engineers to labs on this map, but it takes labs need a long route because they have to go to the corner of the map and then up, so it's a pretty long way to go. So 2 air factories up for both players as normal. Now Turin has hoarded this map a lot. This is one of the maps where I would not want to play against him. If we had a choice, I would not. I would ban this map against him. And he really likes to use air and abuse the shit out of it. And you can do disgusting things with air on this map. But we'll see if he can do it against Petric. Ajax already got the better of Petric on fucking DeRosa's. That was really impressive. And maybe Petric is gonna not be happy that he lost a game. He was the winner of the tournament last year, the final championship against Zoc. So he definitely wants to defend his title. This lab, oh, he did actually make a lab, and he's just hiding on the peninsula. No unit is going to come up here just by chance. It would have to be spotted by a scout, and I don't think it's going to be. Oh, it might be just in range for a fraction of a second, and it's not even. So, not going to be spotted. Petric is getting middle for free. This I don't understand in any way. Turin didn't send an engineer to middle. And it looks like he didn't send a bomber or a scout. He just basically he's giving Petric middle for free, and that's a really bad sign. No emotes, no watch. Well, okay, don't watch. Have fun, farms. Are you qualified already, or why are you not in this tournament? You probably are qualified already, aren't you? Turin expanding to the left. Yeah, normal stuff. This is the standard way to play the map, but here comes Turin. This is what he wants to do. No, Petric lost the previous one against Ajax. He really wants to win this air fight early on in the game, and he's screwed it up, I think. He got caught in no man's land, and that's going to be maybe a narrow win for Petric. Well, actually not that narrow. That's kind of nasty for Turin, and what is he going to do now? I blame my mouse. Yep, DeRosa. Petric lost DeRosa to Ajax. Okay, yeah. So the first thing Turin does after losing the air fight is blame his mouse. Reasonable. And now Petric is actually maybe suiciding his air. So maybe this can still turn out okay for Turin, because Petric just suicided his air there. So not great. Not great from Petric. Maybe just overconfident. Doesn't realize the amount of production that Turin has. We have 3 air factories, and some of them are assisted. Similar for Petric, but no assistance right now. Oh, this lab actually got a couple of kills. There's a dead NG. Now we have a bomber. Oh, bomber comes to mid. Oh, look at that. The factory is so close to being built. So that gives him some hope that he can actually take middle now. If he had a transport and he's making one, I think he's going to try drop middle now. That is very, very fortunate that he got there before he finished that factory. But even if the factory finished, if he drops some units there, then he can take out the factory probably. Let all good players qualify and then get a ticket on the last qualifier. Well, it depends on how many people have that strategy, Kizer. Oh, Petric with the drop into the corner. I love this. And he gets a PD up, and he may get a second PD up. Oh, he is going to get the second PD up because there's no overcharge. And Turin, that's probably game winning. These two PDs here, he's moving in. He's going to lose so much HP on his commander. Yeah, this drop into the corner is really nice. Common, well, maybe not as common as it should be, maneuver. And he's now losing even more HP to a Jester. Looks nasty. Yeah, Zlo, you won the first one, I think. I think there was good players in the first one though. And you know, Rust is a strange concept the best of times. Seems to apply to all manner of people, whether they've been playing or not. And under the water, is there a sub just for injury? No. No navy at all from Petric so far. I think we'll probably see a naval factory get built pretty soon because Turin has one. Although he's gone T2 air now. And we have an air fight. Turin looks like he may have a few more. And the micro looks a bit better from Petric though. Although very even. And yeah, that's better micro from Petric for sure. But Turin had a few more. And it's a pretty even fight. But Turin wins it. And that's pretty important for him. But right now, oh, he has gotten mid in the meantime. And his engineers just left the island, didn't build a factory. Okay, so he has middle, but he's lost his corner. And I don't know how he's gonna... I don't know how he's gonna get back. Because he has no HP on the commander. Bloodier Nexus, and they crushed. Yeah, no, you shouldn't control K so early. It's a disease of the mind. Fight against it. Fight against the early control Ks. If we look at T2 Mexes, we have a couple each. And Petric is upgrading one more. He's paused another. 4 Mexes now for Turin. He just finished 2 more. Comes out of the water in a nice time. He should stay here and just kill stuff. He needs a vet for more regen, and he kind of lets some mantis go past. I think T2 air and T1 air is the only way he can get this back. He needs to take out this turret. Oh, he's trying some nice drops though. Let's hope this doesn't drop somewhere stupid. I don't think it will. Here comes... Oh, there's a Medusa nearby. He needs to react quickly. Oh, again, the paratroopers. And the transport did a lot of damage to the Mantis when it died, which is unfortunate. And now Medusa is here. Fires a shell. They're still not moving. The Medusa misses anyway. Beautiful. Classic. Is it going to miss again? No, not this time. So that drop was not as effective as it could have been. And these units that got past the ACU have now raided, stopped the factory being built, killed multiple mexes. Oh, another T... Oh, there's a lot of T2 mexes from Turin, in fact. Is this really going to be a story of Petric dying or losing games because he's getting out-ecoed? Is that where we're at now? Is that where Patrick's at? He has 3 T2 mexes. Turin has 6. And Turin also has Navy, so maybe we'll see T2 Navy in the future. Maybe we'll see T2 land, but mostly it's just T2 air from both of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Turin go for T2 Navy at some point. His ACU is pretty exposed. He has no units, no radar. Now we have T2 gunships. Very few land units from Turin. And now actually torpedo bombers coming after his... Oh, he's trying to save his frigates, but that's not gonna happen. Should retreat this guy. Yep. Oh, is that a torpedo defense? Oh, it's radar. Okay. See, you can build torpedo defense in range of a factory. That's one annoying thing you can do. It's quite nice. Oh, you play versus Bulldozer. Oh, Autopsy. Who are you, Autopsy on FAF? Because that's pretty high ranking. Very few units for Turin here, and he's lost all these mexes. It really is the T2 mexes keeping him in the game. Now we have T1 bombers and also T2 gunships moving across to try and raid. The air is not really in position, but now he can see Petrick's air, and Petrick is retreating. He's sending quite a few inties after these units, but not sending all of them. More naval factories queued up. Oh, this forward naval factory goes down, and there's a torpedo launcher. It survives on 10 HP. And now with... Oh, Petrick has split his air force, and now he's trying to run away with as much of it as he can. He's already killed the gunships. Are there more T2 mexes? Oh no, there aren't. Let's see what's going on. We have basically even eco between the two of them despite the map control difference. And it looks like Turin has stopped ecoing. I think that's a mistake. Oh no, he hasn't. Here's a mex. Interesting they go for this one instead of these. And also interesting that there's no more tech. No T2 land that I can tell, and no T2 Navy. It's just all airplay, and he's going for the air fight now. Is he going to keep going into unknown territory? No, he retreats, and Petrick also does not want an air fight right now. He's feeling like he has so much map control that he just needs to bide his time. Oh, you're a 1500 who keeps getting matched versus a 1800. That is a common predicament. Oh, Petrick losing a T2 mex here, as the Cyberman frigate sometimes shoots above the land. That's a nice kill, although he is losing that frigate, and it may die before the mex does, and looks like it will. The other two frigates contributing nothing. Petrick's ASU has T2. He has quite a lot of mass in the bank, and Petrick is going to lose Navy if he doesn't do something, but his land force is so far superior that maybe he needs to just start investing more in the Navy right now. He's going to start assisting this factory, and he has some torpedo bombers, so he knows he's likely to be behind. During tourneys is a good time to avoid the 1800. Good point. Yeah, we got 30 Mantis on the bottom. 12 and 11. Medusa looks good for Petrick. He can keep going, and he's also going to bring his ACU, but he's got to be careful with that ACU. There's torpedo bombers now, so the water is not going to be safe. And if we get some gunships or even Corsairs, he could get forced into the water. And he doesn't have T2 land, so no flak, and obviously no mobile shields for a Cyberman player. It's all going to come down to, I think, one big air fight. And And here we go. This is the air fight that's likely to decide the game. Petric may be caught unawares. And oh no, that is brutal. Petric getting way in behind Turin, but actually it looks like Turin, oh it's, no, I think Petric wins this now. There is a brutal turn there where Petric got way in behind, and I think it's the power of the idle, power of the landed air. If you try and attack landed air units, I think it's generally a bad time to attack them. And it basically comes out even, and I don't think that's good enough. These are all out of fuel, they're not very useful inties that Turin has here. I do not think that was a good fight. I would just go air snipe here, says Kizer. Put tons of BP. Stop air and navy, or land and navy. Well, he has almost no land anyway. He has paused his navy. And he's making loads of torpedo bombers. I mean, the AC was here and on land, so... I think that's that weird split move where he just split between like two inties was really bad. Don't think that helped at all, and then Petric just had a way better turn when his inties reacted to the attack. I don't think that was really Petric microing that gave him that turn. I think it was just the consequence of attacking those landed inties. And that was it. Turin gives in. And this right here was so brutal. And it's not an unheard of move at all to drop in this corner here. But Turin was not looking for it, wasn't aware, and then there's already PD, and a second PD got up, and then he never could get this corner. Got the middle for compensation, had economy, good economy, a lot of mass, but lost the game in the end. So well played, Petric. And Petric goes through to the grand final of this tournament versus Ajax, who put him in the losers bracket in the previous game we watched. Let's see, are they playing? Let's just go to the score here. 1400 on ladder, 1500 on global. Yeah, Bulldozer's a lot higher rank than that. It's gonna be tough. Blame people having free time to play. Yeah. Oh, the final is on sentence. It's cheating. Yeah, I mean, how dare they? I think we should ban them. All right. I think we are right on time. Sentence clutch. So that means that actually if we look at who's qualified, Turin has qualified, then Ajax and Petric have obviously qualified, and after that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what rating RoboGear is at now, and if it's based on ladder or something else, or global, or a combination, or whichever is higher. But you know, there's that under 1900 spot. We'll see. Unlimited free time, but don't put in any effort. Interesting. Is the final best of 3? Nope. If Petric wins this game, we'll go to a second game. If Ajax wins, he wins the tournament. Hello, Celine. Yeah. Yeah, Thomas, I'm interested what you how you would define effort after that statement. That would be what I find interesting. So Ajax already moving towards mid. Now Ajax of course has a lot of experience on this map. We did a couple of videos on that 1v1 series against Nexus. Didn't prepare a single BO or practice any map. Well, probably very, very few people did, to be honest. I mean, you were playing the game, so that's practice enough, right? Right, so we have a lot of power reclaim on these trees. 5p gens, second land. Patrick, is he going? He already has a second land factory. Look at that, 100, 200 power in the bank. Pretty nice. He's gone third air. He has not moved to middle with his ACU. Ajax has gone so fast towards middle. I mean, he built like did he build P-gens? He maybe built a couple P-gens. Definitely built a couple mexes. And Ajax already going to be in mid, but will he have build power and power to actually use the mass that he's going to try and reclaim? He could go for fast T2 mexes maybe. That's one way to spend mass, but really he needs power badly. And he's going to have a nice build here with hydrocarbon finishing, as he's going to be in middle taking reclaim. And he could also, as soon as he's here so fast, he could walk over to this side and start reclaiming the stuff that's closer to Patrick, or even build it. Maybe he could build a PD. Yeah, Kizer, that is a valid point. This looks like a very... he's just playing like... Ajax is just playing like it's 4v4 settings, honestly. That's... His build is very close to a 4v4 middle settings gameplay rather than a 1v1 settings, because he has no air whatsoever. I mean, how is he going to stop his shit from just getting bombed? And now I think he... Well, here comes the air factory now. 4 minutes in. And yeah, bomber. Patrick scouts, sees there's no air factory yet. Starts the bomber. He has one entity. And let's see how much reclaim Ajax has now. Oh, take out this sneaky engineer taking mass before the ACU is here. But you can see Patrick has... Well, the units is actually going to be pretty similar. But Ajax is going to get a lot of this reclaim before Patrick can get here. Kizer says he doesn't like this, that there's still going to be mass. And that's true, there is still going to be mass here for Patrick, but... We're going to see if Ajax can make it work. He's got some anti-airs. Oh, look at this. This engineer is doomed. This engineer is probably doomed as well. And there's no engineer expanding to the rock position. So Patrick already just walked straight to rock there. Didn't take this max even. And he expanded to beach. And now he's expanding towards this way, where we'll see an air transport maybe soon. Air factory's idle at the minute. We have a bit of a battle in middle. And if they're battling, actually, oh, it would be so nice if Ajax had an engineer with him. So then he could battle against Patrick, who's getting trapped and taking a lot of damage from these thams. And now Patrick's units come back. Does he have overcharge? Probably not at this point. It would be disgusting if he did. Could kill all of these nasty tanks. He's getting blocked out of the water. And did Ajax just specifically target that tank that was in range? Oh, there's an artillery here. And now Patrick has About 2,000 less HP. Similar unit numbers, although, well, maybe a few more for Patrick, but... yeah, maybe Ajax... yeah, just imagine he had an engineer here, just taking reclaim while all this is happening. That would be... the best. But now, Ajax taking quite a bit of damage. I think he's taking some shots from the artillery. And... yeah, now he changes targets. And meanwhile... yeah, this engineer did go down, but it was killed. The bomber was killed. This engineer is still alive. And Slow saying no NG on mid. Yeah. Very nice. Very quick drops being made. You can see not the perfect positioning. Patrick is in tryhard mode, no doubt. And now he has more. 1k more HP after that. He had 2k less. Now he has 1k more HP than Ajax. But still, Ajax has the position. He has all this mass behind him. If he just had a couple engineers, it would be amazing for him. See, 4,700 reclaimed to only 2,100. Patrick also a bit further up on his veterancy. And in terms of land factories, it looks pretty similar. Nicer for Ajax, a lot of adjacency. But his expansion is getting denied. Look at this bomber. There is a scout lurking around in this position. And, oh no, is he going to kill all three of these engineers? Is he really? That is so nasty. This bomber is pure gold. Pure gold. Very even ACU health, but Ajax getting blocked by tanks. And RD shots are hitting him because of that, and he's low now on HP. He lost about 1k just so fast there. And this bomber is so nasty. You can see the expansion for Patrick. He's got a lot of his side. He's also taking power with the trees. Oh, that's just a move command. Oops. I think that was supposed to be attack move. Patrick gets his first vet level. Ajax is trying to take mass now because he has so little expansion that he really needs that reclaim. Oh man. Minus 65 mass. Because his expansion is almost non-existent. He has some of the air. Still hasn't killed this bomber. That's probably the same bomber that killed all of his... yeah, it's the same bomber that killed these. And he still hasn't killed it. Such a nice bomber. And Ajax is so low now, he almost... oh, there we go. He gets his first vet level. He really has to be reclaiming with his AC. He can't actually afford to fight because he will have no production. I mean, the units are going to build so slowly. Like, look at this. It's supposed to take 13 seconds to build a tank, but it's going to take probably twice that, maybe. Seeing as he's stalling more than he even has mass income. So even just all this fighting is great for Patrick because Ajax is so reliant on the mass. But Ajax is from the winner's bracket. Oh, the arty shots, you can see when he gets blocked, a lot of those arty shots land. When there's no units around, it's very easy to dodge, but once there's tanks near you and you get bumped, then those shots can land. And he's very low. Patrick is just leaving. He doesn't want to draw. He's quite low on HP. He's probably going to make an upgrade, I would guess. Oh, look at that proxy from Patrick now. And he also has dropped an engineer on this island. And I think it's going to be doomed for Ajax. Click on the efficiency. Oh, they had this 41%. There you go. Very well played, Patrick. That was a nice a nice build from Ajax actually. I think it was good, but yeah, this bomber especially, that was so nasty. 3 engineers expanding here got killed. Even this died to that bomber. And yeah, if Ajax had some engineers behind him early on when he was, I mean, he had such a great position ahead of all the reclaim and was fighting a lot, and he could have just, well, he could have killed, he could have taken so much reclaim while he was fighting, but then he ran out of mass. And this definitely was just GG at this point. There's no way he could stop this, and it would deny so much of his map. Petric has his whole airbase. Ajax has almost none. Yeah, GG. Well played, Petric. And that means we go to another game. A higher APM from Petric really shows. Yeah, he does have high APM. You can see Ajax had a better score anyway. For a while. So there should be another game, right? Should be one more map to decide the winner of this tournament. Both of them are qualified. Oh yeah, what was that like, Thomas, playing with the percentage? Man, I don't really see the value in it, but then I've never tried it, so. It's low on Stella Maris for the last map. Is it even decided, or is this just being made up on the spot? It's not in the challenge page anyway. Hard time spending enough mass. You don't know what the net income is. Right. I feel like all the info you really need is just in the normal mode, you know, more or less. Alright, come on, somebody host this final map, and then we can actually cast it live. It's always 100% if you aren't stalling, yeah. Which is really less valuable to know than other info. I wonder what would happen when it's a draw. If that game was a draw. Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot less efficient, isn't it? But you can kind of just look at it and see, I'm stalling 20 mass and I have 30 income. That's like nearly half. It's a pretty shit efficiency, you know? Or really you should just see you're stalling 20 mass and just know that that's a problem. But the trick is to know where that mass is going, I guess. Because you might just be stalling because you have to rush a PD or something, and then you're not going to continue spamming PD, so it'll fix itself. Still, nobody has decided what. I mean, you can be lazy and do nothing about it. Well, yeah, I guess. It's not really a strong statement. You could sort of apply that to anything. So it's things you can apply to literally anything don't really have that much meaning. So please someone decide the map. Mr. Moonbear, tournament director. Is he AFK? Please. Alright, let's watch a different game. Well, I don't really want... I want to watch this next one live, though. I think we watched all of... We watched all of Patrick's games. Right, maybe we can find something to watch quickly, because I don't see any comments on what the next map is actually going to be. Let's see if we... Is there another Ajax game we didn't watch, maybe? Yeah, you can compensate with lots of build power and something and sort of justify assault like that. But you kind of probably already messed up if you have to do that. But yes, good point. For example, you want to finish a mechs and you're stalling mass. Do you want to find lots of things to pause? Or just throw a lot of engineers on the mechs to finish it off? Probably the latter. Replay vault not working, yes. I concur. This is low. Maybe there's a Kizer game in the vault. If I do this, it'll show me. The tournament director has not said anything in the chat, so we don't know what's happening. Okay, we have... Here's one of Craftiest. This is the first round game. We'll see. It might not be a very close game, but we shall see. Might as well take a look, because we are waiting. Alright, let's see. Not interesting one, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what Ajax does anyway. It probably isn't interesting, as you say, Kizer. I do not disbelieve. But we're just going to jump into the lobby as soon as it appears. So let's just watch Ajax, shall we? And see what he does, see how he plays the map. Learn a thing or two, maybe. No P-gen. Usually people build a P-gen here. Ajax is not building a P-gen. Oh, he thought it was yours. No, Kizer. Wait, do you mean the hollow one, or... Oh, better cast your fail on 5x5. Which game was that? Who did you play, or what map? I did cast the hollow game. That was interesting. That was pretty fun game. Hello, Dan. I guess you returned, judging by that comment. Alright, so we got second air. We have 4 P-gens, hydrocarbon, 1 engineer expanding here. He has grabbed some trees here as well. You can see, got 500 mass or power income. Expands here. Not on the land, on the water where he can't be raided. 3 mexes. and then naval build power. A very aggressive Mantis from It's Your Funeral, but it gets caught, and Ajax is going to win that fight. Is it going to be a draw? No, not quite. And takes that 40 mass that was just left. I was going to cast your craftiest. Oh, right. Well, yeah. What was your 5x5 fail? What map was that, Kizer? And now we have second air and a bomber straight away. Definitely like a second air bomber on this map. Already has his third land factory up, and now he's gonna have fourth naval factory. And this is basically the route you take almost all the time with this bomber. You go here, bomb the engineer that's on the water. Oh, he just auto dodged. That was, wait, no, that wasn't an auto dodge, was it? Oh, it was. Yeah, you see, he just, what I mean is he just finished the mechs and is just walking away. He didn't actually dodge on purpose. He was just a happenstance. So there goes that engineer eventually. Do I play other games? Yeah. Kinda. Not so much though. Mostly FAF. And now the bomber coming to the base. He has an engineer, or an inti to help him. Ah, look at that. It's 3 land factories and no air factories not even built yet. So this is gonna be brutal. Actually, we saw it with Robo Gear. Now, It's Your Funeral is doing damage on the land though. That's true. He is using some of that land advantage. He could do more, but he's doing pretty good so far. And now the bomber escapes as the anti-air comes out, gets another kill, around 4 kills now. Air factory still not completed. So we could see maybe a transport. Oh, he just has 30 bombers queued up. Nice. Could also bomb the raiding tanks. Oh, there's a lot of tanks here. So actually Ajax under a bit of pressure. Thomas, you intended to go double gun from the start. Holy shit, that's pretty wild. This bomber's still alive, 8 kills. Ajax doing really well with it. But now it is going to die. Might take a mechs on the way. And not a bad attempt at a cleanup here from Ajax. He's going to come back. He didn't finish these mexes. He also didn't build a factory. So maybe that's not the best use of the ASU there. But he's still doing well. You can see in the scoreboards, 1k more mass. He has a lot more power income. He's stalling a bit of mass, but that's mostly because he lost a couple of mexes. And we have a sub as well. Look at that. Goodbye mexes. Big mass stall now from Ajax. Not ideal for him. And he did lose quite a bit there. Quite a bit of mass income. Getting a radar and a PD up here. And It's Your Funeral has middle control. He's denied this. He has some tanks on the top. Let's just take a look and see what he has. Oh, yeah. He has no power to spend his mass. Not too great for him. Still no info on the next game. Lovely. That was a nice bomb. That did a lot of damage. 4 Mantis were injured. 1 of them died. 2 almost died. 1 about half HP. And another drop. That is pretty much worth. And now Ajax dropping the sides, and just before he's caught by those inties, so it's going to be faster in his expansion. I don't think It's Your Funeral has dropped here. Oh wait, It's Your Funeral also has a T2 max. This can be killed by these units, and the submarine has been surfaced. Oh, we have a bit of an attack here. That's I think he's raided this position, Ajax has, but now loses all those tanks and leaves some reclaim. These subs have deck guns. Look at those little piddly things. and they do a little bit of damage, and they have slightly more range than a normal frigate, and they also shoot into the ground like frigates often do, and the subs killing water mexes. And again, Ajax seems to be making T2 on his commander in every game. Finally, the TD has returned, so hopefully we'll get a map, and then after this game is over, it will be we'll be watching the final between Ajax and Petric. Right now, we're just watching Ajax crush in the first round, and look, It's Your Funeral has lost all map control. He's lost the sides. He's now losing middle and a lot of factories here. I mean, they're not for free. And it doesn't look great. Now, Ajax has almost no air, so that would be the hope. Maybe would be some T2 air snipe, maybe. That is about it. Nice thing about the deck guns is that you can use them and they're not, they don't affect the torpedoes, so you can still just kill submarines that arrive, but of course you're very vulnerable to frigates, meaning that you have almost no HP in comparison to them. Oh, it looks like it's going to be Sentence again. Ajax is going to have nightmares about 1v1 Sentence. I don't know how he can... I think it's probably tainted the map for him completely at this point, all these 1v1s. It seems like a bad decision to have the same map again, to be honest, because usually people are good on certain maps, they're just better on, certain maps are worse on. So if you have the same map again, it's likely that you're going to get the same result, actually. And he said it'd be Sentence again in stream chat. Oh man, come on. It's comfy to watch, to play it's stressful. Well, yep, gotta agree. It's a nice map to watch once people can play it reasonably. And Ajax is just gonna move in. It's fine, says It's Your Funeral. This is fine. Well, Ajax is gonna lose his army now if It's Your Funeral keeps going. Keep on top of him and just kill everything, but no, lets him get away a bit. He's losing his stuff to these submarine deck guns. Ajax has most of the map. Hello, Peter. Alright, let's see if this next game... Alright, we're hosted now. 2 OP says It's Your Funeral. It's true, Ajax is 2 OP. It's just not fair on the rest of us. Alright, here we go. Petric has hosted.
Group formed.
So let's see what happens in this game. You gotta fancy Petric winning again though, really. As I said, generally people are good on certain maps, and we all saw what happened to poor Ajax in that best of 15 against Nexus, which was all on Sentence. It's a bad decision. Yes, well rationalized, Thomas. There's no water to hide in. So double gun is viable. Or even powerful. There is so many people joining this game. So let's take a look at the, well, I'll just read some of the bracket here. Patrick so far has beaten Turin. Well, he got a bye into the first round because of his rating. And he beat Mountain, he beat Turin, lost to Ajax on De Rosa. Then he beat Turin again. I was on Eye of the Storm. And he beat Ajax on Settings, and now he's playing Ajax again in the final. Of course it is, Tagada. Ajax, meanwhile, who has he beaten? He beat It's Your Funeral. He beat Kizer. He beat Thomas Hyatt. He beat Patrick on De Rosa. And then he lost to Patrick. So both of them played good players. I mean, Ajax having to play Kizer in the second round. It's pretty tough. And I think we actually just watched all of their games and we didn't watch anyone else. Which is fine. 52 people watching. That's like half a century, man. Kappa Kizer. No Kappa. Here we go. The final of the legendary Legend of the Stars qualifier number 3. This is the final game. Oh, there go the civvies. Thank you very much. Glad to share the games with you. And now, well, we're observing, so we don't have some of the things you get from what you call it, from the replay if you're watching with Supreme Scoreboard. So we can't see a lot of info that we would have, but we're live though. You're very welcome, Thomas. Unfortunately, you still are not winning every game, so I'm gonna have to keep casting you getting crushed until you are the best player in FAF. That's just how it is. Glad you came back to the game. Yes, it is amazing. I could do that slow. I could. I think I won't though. I'll just... I'll just watch it as is. Builds are the same. We got factory. Yep. I think that's reasonable that they would have the same build. Patrick. Only 2 power generators. You can see how reliant he is on all this power reclaim. He's going to get more here with this engineer. As you can see, a lot of power. Tree's going to be reclaimed. And Ajax, as he did last time, walking quickly to mid. Ajax BO is not reasonable. Yeah, I guess. Well, maybe he'll do... Yeah, look, this air factory is a lot quicker than last time. But he is still moving very quickly to mid. And I think he... Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Faster, definitely faster air. Very few pigeons though. And the engineers are not at the Hydra yet. So I don't know if that's going to time out well. Yeah, like look, this Hydra is already half done. So this might be worse for Ajax than in the previous game. Double fac. Never. Hydro starting now. 1 P-gen and then an air factory. Idle land factory. Yeah, he really is going to need tree reclaim. And he clearly needs this mass reclaim, otherwise he wouldn't be taking it, he would just keep walking. So hopefully he walks all the way up and then brings engineer behind and we avoid what happens last time, which was Ajax running out of mass. But the problem is going to be, well, last game the bomber denied expansion, so Ajax gone faster for a faster air factory. I think last time he had maybe, I don't know, five land factories maybe. Oh look, he has to pause the air factory straight away. Yeah, so it didn't time out. It didn't, well, even though he had the hydro, he didn't have enough power, it seems. And Ajax is in mid taking this mass. He tried to get a scout pass, but it did not happen. Two land factories, 2.5 land factories, 3 land factories, 4 land factories for Ajax. Okay. And that's quite nice for him. And he's taking mass for so long now, and now he's going for PD. And the ACU is almost here, so will he actually get this PD up before the ACU arrives? There is an artillery, and he actually doesn't have walls planned, so he'll have to build walls as well. Needs more mass to fund the construction. And actually that reclaim is going to probably stop him from getting the PD up in time. More tanks for Patrick at the minute. He has some at the front. We have expansion for both players. We have 3 engineers moving for Patrick. And we have 2 at the minute who are on their way, are actually quite far out. For Ajax, do we have a bomber? I don't see any bombers around. Oh, yeah, this PD is not going to happen. I don't know if he started reclaiming it or maybe he shot it, or Patrick shot it. I should have seen that, but there's a lot of land factories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 land factories. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one only finishing now. So that's huge for Ajax. He could prove the worth of this build that you didn't say, that you said wasn't reasonable. It's low. He hasn't taken damage by air, which is crucial. And now Ajax has quite a few units. I think he could force Patrick into the water pretty soon. Both of them just taking mass. Ajax with a better score. Definitely far more reclaim achieved. And now you have Zooies mixed in now already. Quite a lot of Zooies coming. Patrick has better expansion in terms of mechs. As you can see, these front ones are not built. Patrick has built, well, 3 of his. Patrick has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outside of his main base. Ajax 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty similar expansion that way. Well, maybe a bit better for Patrick, and now he's dropping. So he's going to have better expansion. But, I mean, Patrick could be forced into water. Now, there's not much reclaim left to take. But that would definitely help. There's a decent number of T2 Rex, still a Destro, and still a Loyalist. Or maybe a Titan. Not sure which, but it's one of those T3 bots. And Patrick needs to be scared here. There's so many more tanks. And this is the real power of the build, I think, is right now at this time. So he got those factories up faster and had a lot of reclaim to fund them. But he's actually not using the tanks against the ACU. He's sending some of them forward, some of them are further back. And maybe not the best use of these units. Although now he can definitely force Petric into the water. Because all of Petric's units are back here. And Petric is taking so many shots from the artillery. Oh, that was really bad. You can see the pain of just standing still for just a bit when there's all these Zooies here. He's down to 4,500. He had pretty close to full HP, if not full HP there. And now he's down to 4,500. That is really nasty for him. He did no damage with air. His expansion is going to be maybe a bit faster, but not significantly. As we can see, Ajax has engineers in many areas. He didn't use a transport at all. Now he's going for an air factory. Maybe he's going to go straight to T2 air. No, he's building a transport. He's probably going to fill in the gaps here and then drop an island maybe. Or maybe be more aggressive, grab some Zooies and attack. I mean, you can see, say, dropping tanks here would be devastating. Tanks and arty. That would be really painful. He's making T2 in his ACU now. And actually pushing forward these tanks maybe... Well, that was a bad formation. You can see how closely all Petric's tanks are aligned. And the big spread on Ajax's tanks. So as they went in, they got mauled. But he retreats, doesn't waste too many of them. So Petric goes back into the water. Ajax resumes his T2 upgrade. And he had paused, probably for lack of power. Now, where did that transport go? It's all engineers. So we don't have any navy yet. Oh, Petric drops a couple engineers on Ajax Island. And Ajax is going to drop on Petric's Island and in the back here, trying a sneaky drop. And maybe he can get a real sneaky base and just do a lot of damage that Petric is not expecting. At the front, there's so many Zooies. There's almost no tanks, but the tanks are getting absolutely destroyed. 70% on T2 land. Sorry, T2 ACU. Couple T2 mexes for Ajax. Meanwhile, none for Petric. Petric is grabbing forest. He is. Well, that's quite a lot of tree reclaim he got. And Ajax trying to grab some of his own. It is quite tricky to grab all of the all of the trees in a 1v1 game, but you definitely have to grab some. Bomber comes in, kills an engineer. Not too big a deal. Petric is falling back towards his base. The gun is starting for Ajax, and T2 is starting for Petric. Oh, Petric drops on this side. Who will see what's going on first? Well, maybe Ajax has already seen it. And he's just building a PD. It's building quite slowly. He seems to be stalling. I don't think it should build that slow. And his drop, once it spotted, he kind of flew over that engineer. The gun and T2 for the Seraphim ACU now. And T2 land on the way. Not finished, though. Looks like we have some units being dropped, maybe towards the rock position. There's no tanks here. Only NGs. And he's dropped here and he's starting the proxy right here. I don't see any radar. So I think this is gonna be Successful. You better not stall though, otherwise it's going to be... Well, it's going to delay it so much that it's probably not going to be useful, and he'll have more chance... Petric will have much more chance to spot it, but... Look at this, he's just right next to him. And... he's building his proxy. He has to get rid of the trees first. Maybe Petric will see the trees disappear. He's probably more worried about the front. He's trying to build T2PD to hold off this powerful commander. Backed up almost entirely by Zui. So this is a risk from Ajax. Oh, here comes the drop. And there is one artillery in there as well. So this PD could go down if Petric is really paying attention and doesn't send the tanks in. But I think... yeah, the tanks are going to be sent in. Unsurprisingly, it's pretty difficult to manage all of these things at once. And Ajax pushing in, he's getting quite close to a lot of units. He's about to get his first vet level, which is going to help hugely. There's 2 T2BDs, but there's so many Zuis that they're going to die. So many Zuis. Ajax losing decent amount of HP though to tanks and mostly T2PD, I think. This proxy continues to grow. Still no radar anywhere. There's radars here. And there's radar here. I don't think that's close enough though. But both players focus on the front line engagement, and Ajax has T2, so he could also add his own PDs. But it looks like just there's too many Zuis and not enough tanks. I mean, the tanks are really doing great versus the Zuis, and he can build PDs fast enough to defend. And this may just be a mass donation, although a lot of the mass getting killed by the artillery. Ajax can get another vet pretty soon, which will be good for him. Looks like this was stopped. There's still a tank alive though. Petric has this position completely on the top. Oh, the bomber killed it just before the factory is finished, and the proxy has made itself known. How fast will Petric react before he loses a lot of T1 maxes? He needs to start sending some tanks in this direction as well. There's bombers, so they should be sent after, and we need like some anti-air maybe. I don't see any reaction from Petric yet. I don't think he's noticed. Now he's seen it. And he's probably thinking, well, shit. Here's an annoying bomber. And oh damn, this could be the game winner. I mean, we don't have any artillery though, and some of the factories are idle. They need to be building pretty quick. He could even make T2 land factory. He has T2 land. He could make a support factory. Doesn't look like he's making support factories at home. He is ecoing though. We have some T2 maxes around. Petric has a couple in his main base. And I don't see any more though. And the airbase, he's lost just an absurd number of engineers. There's so many engineers here. That's an upgrading mech, but it looks like it might not die. He's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna lose more. He's gonna lose so much mass. I think Ajax is gonna win this. Yeah, factories over trees. T1 flak should be enough. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I think this proxy is the game winner here. MML's at the front. Petric has his own gun though. And Ajax is just backing away. He doesn't want to deal with this. I think he should just fall back and maybe just build his own T2PD here. Defend. And he has to win the game from there. I mean, he's done quite decent damage. But actually now, Petric's cleaned up a decent amount. There's not many units coming out. I think a lot of these are still idle, so they're just sort of wasted mass really. If they're not building anything, And it's just sunken mass. Finally this bomber goes down. Not before it kills mechs. Oh, it looks like there was a attempted drop he just shot down. So, looks like engineers were on there. And... or maybe it's just tanks. See the little staging ground. Everything built on this island. Bombers, units, transport. And also a naval factory. The first naval factory of the game. And yeah, actually this is going to turn into a mass donation. And this T2 Mex is going to live. And on the front line, well, there's MMLs already. Is there any T2 land? There is now. And T2 PGen finally going up for Petric for like 15.5 minutes. And I think overall, although this will maybe a mass donation, at the end of it, I think it's surely worth it. A lot of factories had to be built, a lot of units. It's going to take a long time to get the mass from this. And meanwhile, while Logix was killing a lot of T1 mexes, maybe even caught some that were upgrading, he was ecoing himself. You can see many T2 mexes on his side. And he has... oh, he's making a third T2 PGen. I don't see any reason he could actually use that. He's going T3 land as well. It is surprising he's going for a third T2 PGen though. That doesn't seem like he can actually spend all that power. And he's going T3 on the ACU. Alright. That's another thing we saw Ajax do already in this tournament, is go T3 ACU. But that was a pretty much one game at that point, I think, when he did it. This is... this is not one, but it's definitely looking good for him. Oh, a lot of T2 Mex just finished in the airbase now. He's far ahead on mass now. Still this base survives. It's finally dying. He's paused everything now because it would just be... well, it's of no use to build it. And Ajax now in the water. On the bottom side and the top. No navy on the top side for Petric. He's starting now, but there's only a single engineer. And one thing that Petric does have actually is both islands, so that's something. It's surely not enough compensation. Now, where will the next Mex upgrades come, I wonder? Well, in the base, hopefully. 4 T2 PGens. We should see T3 air, probably, at this point. There's so much power. But I guess he is ecoing quite a lot. T3 on the ACU. Oh, and we have T2 transports, and we have some Autumn standing by to be dropped. Oh, the Zooies are on the move. Moving towards the south. Looks like he wants to win the Navy with this, actually. And maybe he'll go fast for T2 Navy and start making cruisers and try to do damage that way. No T3 land reaction though. Now we have T2 air and T2 transport. Now it's going to be Zooies on this for Petric rather than the Autumns. Will he wait for a 4th Autumn to come out? Because you can fit 4 of them. T2 radar, yeah. There it is. Petric with a little firebase at the front. He has his own MMLs. And they're actually murdering this Autumn. Look at this. That's nasty. He's actually going to lose his only T3 unit in this army to MMLs. Oh, he's moving. That's 500 HP left. Here comes the drop. 3 Autumns on board. Where is it going? Probably here. Oh, he's going for the main base. Yep. There is only T1 Mexes here. Well, there's actually some T2. But this drop could be really devastating. Maybe here would be better, though. And, oh, he's going to fly directly into the line of 3 out of fuel inties. And they only get 1 shot because of that. And it lands easily. And the Althams are going to do a huge amount of work. They might take some damage from the T1 Pigeons though. It's unfortunate. There's actually mostly T1 Mexes around, so... That Altham is dead. Not sure how it died. And Petrick is moving in here. He can't move in, however. There's a lot of units. I see a transport here, so it looks like Petrick did his own drop, but I don't see any of the units. Now on this side, the Zooies are actually going to win Navy. It looks like he's going to kill all the naval production on the bottom side. But we don't have T2 Navy from Petrick, so he can't really take advantage of it too quickly. Is he getting into this transport with his ACU? Goodbye. Alright. He's going back to deal with the Autumns. He wants to overcharge them. And the Autumns actually have killed mostly T1 power. They've killed T1 mechs, and they didn't kill any T2 mechs. And Petrick is going to drop right on them and overcharge them. Where's the OC? Where is it? Is this a bug? There's the OC. On the weak one though. And these ones are trying to get away, but they're running towards T2PD and T1PD. And they're almost dead now. Somebody has finished Tech 2 Navy. 1 T2 PGen goes down. Overall, that Autumn drop could have been a lot worse. And it's Ajax who has T2 Navy. So he's going to be making Destro a lot of T2 mechs. Look at the back. His base is almost full T2 mechs now. We have storages going up at the back. Petrick, meanwhile, has quite a few, has some T1 here. Actually, these are T2 while Ajax are T1, so it's not too bad. We haven't. This is another drop, and it killed so many T2 PGens. That surely he can't overcharge, and these Autumns should just kill. Should kill Petrick. He's killed 3, maybe 4, at least 3. Yes, he's going for the kill. Yes, that's it. GG. Well played, Ajax. The second drop was the killer. Took out the PGens, and that left him with no power to overcharge. And the Autumns easily kill him then. Well played, Ajax. Very well played. And he wins the tournament now. Both of the players qualify, of course, for the end of your tournament. But Ajax wins this one. Gets, I think, 50 Aussie dollars. And, of course, the pride. Yeah, well played. The bragging rights. And that is the end of the tournament, so I think we'll end the stream. I'm gonna get some food or something. Hello, Connor. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoy them. So, Ajax sent Petrick to the losers round. To the losers final, and Petrick came back. Won against Ajax on settings, forcing it to the final game, and Ajax won this well. Won it very well. Nice proxy, drops, ACU push that got forced back, but I mean, while he was pushing with the ACU, there's a proxy happening, and Petrick, obviously all his attention was on the attack that was happening, but it was the proxy that did the damage actually, so that's pretty nice from Ajax to do that. See, if it was a static game, it's probably going to be easier to have your attention in different places and spot different dangers, but it wasn't static. So maybe that's why the proxy works so well. And yeah, well played Ajax. Proved his build could work as well. And yeah, well, I think I'll end it there. Hello, Clayton. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you sometime soon. Later, guys.